You already know what time it is. Lena and I are back in the building, ready to go in deep. Got a special guest we're going to bring it into you here in about 5 minutes. Get ready. Get ready for the incredible kingdom business himself. Mr. Daniel Bacote is going to be coming in here dropping bombs in the name of Yahuwah. Y'all seen he's been one of our avid supporters in the kingdom
That's
movement,
right.
bringing the truth to the planet, Lena. So we're not playing with this. I know that you were excited to bring. He already put kingdom business in the chat, so we're going to go in deep. Everybody hit the like button. That's the first thing you do. You do your basics in the movement. We got algorithms that we're
Yes.
working against the powers that be. So you go in and hit the like button, you hit the share button, you get this spread all over the place, and we go in deep. So Lena, how do you feel about the first two sessions of this telethon Operation Spread? What are you thinking, Lena?
Operation Spread. That's what we're doing. Spreading the word of Yahuwah and getting together to get this mission done. We have to put resources into the spreading, the marketing. And I believe that with these two sessions, we have provide the testimonials of why this project is so important by having Elmer here, by having um, Nira
Nira.
here, Nira, uh, both of them, their testimonials, and reading then in our second, releasing in our second session, Yahudah book. It was amazing. Like, I don't know all of you, but I was just into it. That book, it was it was just like this big revelation because you don't read these books and understanding them that way. Like, I don't think it's only me that read that see what is happening with the true scripture, and then you go and look at what you was reading before, and you're like, that's why I was not understanding anything. Sometimes I finish a chapter and I'm like, what did it say? What it was talking about? And now it's so clear, it's so understandable, at least for me, and seeing the reaction of everybody in the first and the second session, being able to see how you guys are supporting, looking in the backstage, all the contributions, all the messages, the support, the sharing that you guys are doing. So that's awesome, and I think that's why we're doing these teletons, because we know you guys can feel us and can get all these updates, because it's important for us to give you those updates and you all to get them. And big announcements are coming today, and one of those is our guest. You all have heard about kingdom business and how Daniel have been so impactful here into this project, and how many people he have helped, and how he have been able to grab this project as his own too. So very excited to hear from him all the story, his background, how he learned about Yahuwah, and all this.
I love look, Daniel already put a
Look,
super in. He's gonna be talking. He
super
already hit a
in.
super. He's in kingdom business, man. I can't wait to get you in. But Daniel, before I bring Daniel in, I want everybody to understand that Yahushua HaMashiach, when he walked on this earth, he gave us a charge. He says, go forth and make disciples out of all nations. Now you go ahead and you think about, since the time you've been born, who's been really making disciples in the name of Yahuwah. Now that you know, that's the thing. See, Lena, once people understand the scriptures, they literally got to go look at what they've been taught and go back and go, oh, I get it. Now I'm the one that must be born again. The
Mhm.
scripture says, unless you are born again, you will not enter the kingdom
Kingdom.
of Yahuwah. You got to be born again. So you might have thought you had the right path, but guess what? All of us, we got tricked. So being that we got tricked, what do we got to do? We got to be actually this time for real, be born again. We're not talking about going back up in your mother's womb. We're talking about you got to be born of the spirit and of the truth. And the only way that's going to happen is you have to have the real word. If you don't have Yahuwah's real word, you never had anything real. You might have had experiences, you might have had feelings, and you could have all that all the way right into the pit. And that's what's going to happen to most people because Yahuwah is going to ask us. For those of us that go face him, when they pull out the book of life, what does it say he's going to do? It says you're going to have to give an account for the life you live. Now, he said, go find me. See, you got it. It says, look, wide is the gate that leads to destruction, and many enter thereof. Narrow is the gate that leads to eternal life, and few, Lena, you ready for this? Few find it. In order to find something, you got to be looking for that thing. So when you think about, have you really been looking for Yahuwah these years? Did you really seek for him with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength? So before you focused on college, before you focused on your career, did you first say, did your parents teach you, hey, you got to go find out your creator first and know him so that you've locked in your eternal life first. Then go find your career. You can't be saying with your lips, seek first the kingdom and all its righteousness, and then these things will be added unto you. But then you go after the things, and then you go try to seek the kingdom. So if everybody's real here, including me, all of us grew up not seeking the kingdom first.
Yes.
We grew up seeking our own ways first. Lena, you grew up focusing on going to college. I grew up focusing on playing professional sports. So who's going to be real? And that's why kingdom business is so important. That's why it's critical. So I'm going to do a roll call of the countries that's now ready for kingdom business. Then we bring in Daniel in here. So y'all get ready because we got new countries that's been added. So since this is in the last 2 months now, so in less than 2 months, Promote the Truth came on here and started going live. I've been leading the charge for the company, or for the movement, I should say. And Yahuwah asked, who loves me? Who's my witness? How they going to know unless somebody tell them? So I said, if you're in a certain country, why don't you say your name, your city and country, or say your name, your city and state? Because the USA, each state is like a country, the size of most countries. So just say it. So then here's what happened. And Lena, this is in less than 2 months. Also, we've had people from Australia say, I love Yahuwah. I'm going to say these countries' names, and we got it documented. We got screenshots. You can go look at all the comments, go back through all the videos, go watch the comments, and guess what you're going to find? People from Australia said, I love Yahuwah. Bahamas said, I love Yahuwah. Barbados, Belfast, Belgium, Canada, Colombia, Denmark, Dominica, England, Eswatini, Ethiopia, Fiji, Germany, Ghana, Grenada, Hungary, India, Indonesia, Ireland. Wait a minute. I didn't even get Bangladesh in there. We got our man over there.
Ooh.
Yeah, we got Bangladesh now, right? So Bangladesh has been added. Y'all heard it this morning.
Yeah.
And that's this evening, depending on where you're at from Niraj. But we got India, Indonesia, Ireland, Italy, Jamaica, Japan, Kenya, Macedonia, Madagascar, Maralika. We got a new one came in yesterday, Lena. Malawi. I never heard of Malawi, Africa. There's a country in Africa called Malawi. Mexico. I got to go ahead and highlight that Malawi because they were serious about what they were saying. Mexico. We got New Zealand, Nigeria, Northern Ireland, Norway, Pakistan, Papua New Guinea, Philippines, Portugal, Scotland, Seychelles, Singapore, South Africa, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Suriname, Tanzania, the Netherlands, Trinidad and Tobago, Uganda, Wales, and Zambia. Now, if I didn't say your country, drop it in the comments, say your name, put your city, your country, and say, I love Yahuwah. Yahuwah is asking you to represent. Y'all following me?
Right.
Then we got the states of Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Puerto Rico, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Virginia, Washington State, Washington, D.C., Wisconsin, and Wyoming. Did I miss a state? Drop it in there. Do you see any other states? Let's look in here. Did we see anybody? Did we miss your state or your country? Did we miss you?
Do we
Do
have
you love
Saint
Yahuwah?
Martin? Do we have
Huh?
Saint Martin in the? Do we have Saint Martin in the countries?
Somebody put that in there. Let me go take a
Yeah.
look. Let me go look. Let me go look. St. Martin?
Yep.
That's a new one. Who said that?
Yeah. Michael Nicholas.
Michael Nicholas, St. Martin. See? Did he put I love Yahuwah? We ain't putting it up unless you put.
He said we love Yahuwah.
That's it. See, we're asking you to represent. See, this is different. Most people out there talking about Yahuwah, they're not calling people to come out of the shyness because most people are afraid of Christianity. They're afraid of what people are going to say. Afraid of what their parents and their aunts and uncles and grandparents going to say. Yahuwah said, choose this day who you going to serve.
Yeah.
If you love me, then step up and represent. If you love me, Yahuwah saying. So we want to bring on, what do you think, Lena? Are we ready for Mr. Kingdom Business himself? Is he
We're
ready?
ready for Mr. Kingdom Business himself.
Are we ready? You coming in, Daniel, on the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Kingdom Business is in here.
Hallelujah.
Hey,
Hey, what we
Hallelujah.
doing,
Daniel.
Daniel? Just tell everybody what we doing today. What we doing?
YAHUAH! Kingdom business.
That's us.
Hallelujah.
Why we doing
Kingdom
Kingdom
business.
Business, Daniel? Why is that your mantra? Why is that your mantra?
Brother Jay, I was sitting here and I was searching and I came across Promote the Truth. And I seen the effect that it's having the truth scriptures. Because I'm gonna try to show you what my old faithful right here was the book of Yahweh.
Okay.
And I knew there's a lot of mistranslations, and knowing the fact that you were going to translate, you were a scholar, you deciphered the Abari, the Amarit, and just seeing the impact it's going to have, not being confused. You know, everybody's searching for the truth.
Hey, Daniel, your phone's jumping for some reason. I don't know what that is.
Okay, that's me.
All right.
I'm excited.
He's fired up. He got the phone going.
I'm excited. Okay. And I know you had said that you seen the first message that I got. I said, I'm gonna work my way up to bronze package. And let me set my phone down because I have tremors.
Okay.
And
We're
so
gonna
that
get you healed of that. Get ready.
in the name of Yahuwah.
Facts.
Yes.
So I said, I'm gonna work my way up to bronze. And I donated, I don't know if it was $30, $40, $50. And then I seen the fact that the impact it was having, that people were just thirsty for the word, the truth. And then seeing that the translations that you have broke down some, then I go, man, what can I do? And it just hit me. You know, I got to do what I can. I got to do what I can. This is important because I know how important it is to have a scripture that has the truth, the names. The names, that's what came to me first was the name.
The
I tell
name.
you, I came into the name of Yahweh first.
Right.
A brother named Mr. Wilson.
Okay.
I was on fire for JC. I was walking around. They had called me. I was telling everybody, God bless you, God bless you, God bless you, God bless you, God bless you. And I said, you're on fire for Jesus Christ. What if I told you that wasn't his real name?
Ooh.
I didn't grow up in the church, so I was like, it ain't. Show me.
Show me.
He gave me a book called Fossilized Customs by Lou White.
Good break book. Yes.
And he said, read it and give it back to me and let me know what you think. Man, I devoured the book. I brought it back, and my eyes were like this. That's not his. That's. But he was telling me, Brother Wilson was telling me it was Yahweh. He said Yahweh Elohim, and I was like, okay, and I ran with it. And I was telling everybody as much as I can, but it came to further revelation being Yahuwah. And I was like,
now what led you to those steps to where you finally found out, hold on, it's not Yahweh, it's Yahuwah? How'd you get that transition?
Because of saying Yahweh a lot, and then the book, Lou White, we got some more material. And then I was like, how do you pronounce it? And I ran into some Israelite brothers. It was like Yahuwah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Y'all say that, and it's just the evolution that I was seeking, and yes. I was just kept going, and I just kept going. I kept going because I was torn, because everybody I knew was worshiping JC.
Correct.
God, Lord.
Yep.
And it was like, it just didn't. It was enough to grab me out of the world, because I was in prison when I discovered this.
No kidding.
I was in federal prison. And there wasn't a lot of us in there. There was a lot of people worshiping JC in the church.
Okay.
And there was only like 5 of us at first. And one of the brothers that hold near and dear to my heart, I just donated and got him up to bronze, because he's a true warrior of Yahuwah.
Come on now. So this was somebody that was with you in prison?
Yes, sir.
How long ago was this, Daniel? How long? Tell everybody. We're raw. We talking raw here.
Yeah, let's give us your testimony.
Even at 100, I have nothing to hide.
That's right.
2008.
2008. We ain't that far. We ain't that long off from that.
Let me tell you, sir. They kicked us out of the chapel because we was preaching and teaching that truth in there. They kicked us out of the chapel.
Wow.
In a little small room. And Yahuwah! They couldn't stop it. So I got out in 2017. And I came out and I was disillusioned for a little bit.
Wow.
Because I'm not social media smart, and all the smartphones and all that stuff. So it's been a learning curve. And seeing all the material that's on the internet, and I was like, wow. Wow. And I just got immersed. And then there was so much confusion out there. And then I came across this. I was like, okay, I'm grabbing this. I studied, got what I could get out of it, squeezed all I can get out of that. And now it just led me to promote the truth. I was like, man.
Now, when did you find Promote the Truth, and how did you find Promote the Truth?
I found Promote the Truth. It was maybe about 9 months ago.
Okay. How did you find it? Do you remember?
On the internet. I just was looking.
Do you remember the first thing you see? Was it the name video? Was it just the site? What was it?
The name video.
Okay, there we go again. We got this little thing.
On YouTube, the name video. And I was like, okay, because I listened. I was like, man, he on to something. He on it. And then going in and checking you out. Oh, he's qualified. Yep. He's an entomologist. Okay, you gave it, and I like the fact that you weren't shy in promoting the truth. You weren't shy, and you were standing on business.
Yep.
Standing on business.
Yep.
Then you and brother Dr. David Price, when y'all was talking about the telethon, I was in and out. I was like, okay, all right. And then I seen that, and I said, well, you know what? I'm gonna work my way up to bronze. Okay. And I seen people, and I'm gonna tell you, I was moved. Wow. I was moved by the sister that donated the $3.
Yes. Patricia Wandia.
I didn't know how to. I wanted to donate, bring her up with me, but I didn't know how to do it. And then somebody beat me to the punch, and I said, you know what, Yahuwah, I better get on. I better get on with my business. And I said, you know what? I just figured out how to donate, and I just started donating. And I know
Wow. Now y'all gotta understand what his brother says is he's not playing. I
I
just
started
checked the
donating.
I just checked the stats on brother Daniel Bacote. Is it Bacote? Are we saying it right?
Yeah, my family's originally from the East Coast. They say Bakot. When I'm
Bacote.
west, it's Bacote. It's
Bacote. All right, yeah, you know, we're in South America, so you know.
I, yeah, it's out here. I'm out here in the West, and I got all my family out here, all the Latinos
They
and
all call you Bacote? Oh,
the Mexicans, all the Boricuas, and we're out here. So
yeah, I love it. Y'all gotta
Yeah.
understand. Now, y'all listen. When I say this, I want y'all to put in the chat how y'all feel about Brother Daniel, who originally said, I want to just work my way up to bronze. Now it's gone past platinum, heading towards diamond. He's contributed, Lena, we just got the stats, 45 times since we started the campaign. November, I think it was the 9th, was when we
So
started.
something around that.
November 9th, 45 times. So, Daniel, that means that you're getting seed to sow. So, Yahuwah must be doing something with you for you to contribute like that many times. What's going on with what Yahuwah's doing with you?
he did. Well, it's amazing. While I was in the penitentiary, I was blessed to have the opportunity to get my CDL, commercial driver's license,
Okay.
and then a program they started in there for people that were low offense. I was in there for trafficking narcotics, which is abomination.
Okay.
And but it's nonviolent, and that nonviolent, I was able to go outside of the institution to work.
Okay.
So I got my CDL, and they sent me to this it's a pilot program that they had in Colorado, in Inglewood, Colorado. And then we went out and traveled all over the United States on the ankle monitor to driving trucks and doing asphalt. So I
So
was
you
actually,
had an ankle monitor on driving a truck around the country.
yes, sir.
So they was tracking your every move.
Yes, sir. And got my experience, got my CDL, and I was certified. So when I got out, I hit the ground running. I had a job within like 3 days, driving the cement truck. And then he's been progressing me along to where I've always been gainfully employed since 2017 up until right now, and that now he's put me in a position to where I'm in position to be in ownership of dump. I'm in dump trucks now.
So now you're getting involved so now
Wow.
you're becoming an entrepreneur.
That's right.
And now you're getting involved in ownership. And so Yahuwah must be giving you some more seed.
That's right. And what he has for me, and that is to give back. And I believe and I'm seeing it, and I've seen all the love on the channel. I'm giving back. I'm donating. I'm donating because I'm planting that seed, because I know how it was to have a bad translation. I know what it was. It was only the King James in there.
Right.
And
Right.
I didn't have any money. And my mother, rest her soul, rest in peace, that she would send me money, and I said, Mom, I really want to get the book of Yahweh. I really want to get that. I believe it. I believe it. It's gonna make a difference in me and how I see it.
Mm-hmm.
And got it. She got it for me.
So did your mother pass while you were in?
No, she praise Yahuwah. He allowed me to get out. She just passed 2 years ago on August 10th, 2021.
Okay.
And I got to spend four wonderful years with her, and I went to bed every night thinking I wasn't going to see her again, because I had a 15-year sentence,
Wow.
and praise Yahuwah, he brought me out, and I spent 4 wonderful years with her, and she was able to provide this beautiful residence that I'm in upon her passing, and just was the most beautiful woman. I praise and I thank Yahuwah for allowing me to be her son.
Wow. Hallelujah.
It was
Hallelujah.
it's a privilege because I didn't treasure it when I had it when I was out. I was seeking my own kingdom in the kingdom of darkness, but I had to treasure it in the kingdom. One of his treasures of the kingdom was her in my life because she just showed me the love of Yahusha.
This
So,
is
I
see
mean,
that's what we were talking about earlier. We're talking about that compassion. That compassion. That's what Yahuwah is looking for. He's looking for that compassion, the wisdom and compassion. Brother Joe Cardin said, say, brother, we have so much in common. He's talking to you, Daniel. He says he served time in prison, learned the name of Yah there, got a CDL, and proud of you, brother. Kingdom business, he said. So
Yahuwah!
Yahuwah.
that's it.
I think that brother's from Colorado.
Colorado.
Yes.
That's right. I was in Inglewood.
That is too awesome, man. Speaking of Sister Patricia Wandia, she contributed again today. She's been building her way up. And we didn't even know it because she was sending it rather than going through TSNT. She was just sending it straight through PayPal. And the team just picked up today that she has done 6 contributions outside of today.
That's right.
So this was so amazing that she did $3.19. She did turn around and did $8. Then she did $11. And then I think she did like $18. And then today she gave $24.
Hallelujah.
And
Praise God.
she wanted us to read y'all this note. So she is a maid. She's from Kenya, Africa. She's got children. She's holding on. And she said this, Brother Daniel. I want you to comment because Yahuwah is telling me to read this, but then you witness to this. I'm going in. Here we go. This is from Patricia Wandi out of Kenya, Africa, a maid that don't have hardly nothing, but gave $3 all she had. But she says every time she get the soul, we went back and looked. And she sold again today. And she says, I was called by Yahuwah to do this with whatever I have to get the true scriptures into the eternal spiritual archive, a history that will never be erased from the face of the earth. And I'm here to obey.
Hallelujah.
Trisha Wandia. What do you got to say about that, Daniel?
That's so powerful. These testimonies, I'm telling you, Brother Elmer, the brother from Bangladesh,
Niraj.
Enra, hearing brother Robert Aronson and brother Palsy.
Yes, pause it. Yes.
And everybody else. This is when I read Brother Elmer's letter, Martin Luther, the thesis that he slammed on the church door.
Yes.
I want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of that. And being a part of that is contributing to this project. Because you know what? How many people, I remember you were talking about having them in the hotel rooms. And I remember my dad was in the military. I've traveled all over the country, all over the United States. In those Gideon Bibles.
Yes.
In every hotel.
Every
hotel had a Gideon Bible. And I was like, man, I could be a part of that. I want to be a part of that. Yes. I mean, there's days that I don't spend any money, and I want to just come into the kingdom business. I want to put it on somebody's mind. Kingdom business. This is what it is. It don't matter what you got, because you know what? I think in the word it said, I, Yahuwah, your Alua, give you the ability to acquire wealth.
Fact.
Deuteronomy. Yes. I don't know the exact verse, but that's what it says in there. When I read that, he gives me the ability, because they say health is wealth.
Yes.
If you don't wake up today and we're not able to go to work, what are you doing? If you're going to work, you got a couple dollars kicking in.
You know, I think that's what a lot of times I think people waiting to get this, get that. Yahuwah said he wants you to sow. But you're gonna make me go on to read the scripture for you because you done started something. I knew if you talk,
one waters, one plants, but Yah provides the increase.
He does.
Yes.
Now he went in, Lena. He caught me with something here, Lena. Then I'm gonna have my wife Lena come in because I know she got some questions for you. But listen, hey, he's on it. Everybody, and this is why the true scripture is gonna be so important for everybody. When we go to Debarim, chapter 8, you just heard the brother say it. Debarim, Dabarim, some people call it that, Dabarim, chapter 8, verse 18. That's what you was thinking of, right?
Yes,
Chapter
sir.
8, verse 18. Dabarim, chapter 8, verse 18. But you shall remember Yahuwah your Elohim, for it is he who gives you the power to get wealth in order to establish his covenant, which he swore to your fathers as it is to this day.
Hallelujah.
Now think, he didn't stop and watch this. And it shall be, if you by any means forget Yahuwah your Elohim and go follow other mighty ones and serve them and bow yourself down to them, I have warned you this day that you shall certainly perish like the nations which Yahuwah is destroying before your eyes, so that you are to perish if you do so, because you did not obey the voice of Yahuwah your Elohim. So Yahuwah says, if you obey his voice, back up to the verse that Brother Daniel said, he gives you the power to obtain wealth. Why? He got a covenant with Abraham. Now I'm telling you, Brother Daniel, I don't know how you feel. I believe I'm from them 12 tribes.
Hallelujah.
Do you believe you are?
Yes, sir. You see
If
that?
you look, he
That,
got it marked up, lady. He got it marked up.
you see that word, right?
I love that.
That word. That's word.
He
That's
got
what
it
word.
marked up.
That's what the shield that's been taking hits on the battlefield. That's what it looks
Hey,
like.
you in
That's,
there marking it up. Look at it.
that's,
Got it tabbed out, marked
that's
up. He
right.
going at it.
That's what it looks like.
Organize.
Okay, now, so Brother Daniel, if you believe you from here's what I believe. I believe this this first wave that's coming from the Promote the Truth message are predominantly from the lost sheep of the 12 tribes. I'm watching it. I've been in this too long. I started noticing a pattern. And so I believe that we're from, now you believe you're from the 12. Do you believe that?
Absolutely.
Okay, now watch. As soon as you believe it, everybody, I don't know what Brother Daniel gonna do with this. I'm going to Lena. Then, when he says he gives you power to get wealth in order to establish, I don't know if everybody gets that part. Yahuwah is looking to establish his covenant, which he swore, which he made an oath to your fathers. He's going back straight to Abraham. That's where he's going, right? He's going Abraham. Now, if you believe you're from the 12, Abraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov. Yaakov, he changed his name to Yisrael. Yisrael had 12 sons. That's the 12 tribes. I believe we're from that. So now I believe if I obey Yahuwah, I get to tap in to that covenant. What you think about that, Brother Daniel? Didn't leave.
Absolutely. 100%. Because I hear all the time? I'm self-made. I did this. I was grinding. And then we go back to that scripture, verse 17. It said, then you might say in your heart, the seat of your intelligence, it was my own power and the strength of my own hand that gained me all this wealth. If you believe that, that's a lie.
Lie.
That's a lie from Hasatan.
Yep.
It is. It is. It is a lie, and I believe that when we found the name, when we received that name, when we immerse in it, we are going to grab that line. We're going to be one of those descendants of those tribes and be able to keep spreading that name, be able to stay in there. Like with our kids, we're receiving that from Yahuwah and being able to keep into our next generations to keep bringing that name. And Daniel, you were saying that before you knew about Yahuwah, you was in some stuff that you was doing. You say you was going to the dark. And I want you to talk to those people that are out there, those that probably are here live or they're going to listen to this recording. You received Yahuwah and you felt a change in your life. What happened? How can you repent and start a new life?
Well, I would to say that I was in the street, I was selling drugs, I was doing all kind of stuff. I was going in. I went to prison twice. I did 10 years the first time, and I went to prison, and I was continuing my lifestyle from the street inside the prison. And that brought me another 15 years on top of that when I got out, after I got out. And then I saw my mother's face. When she came to visit me, she could barely walk. I had served so much time that I seen her age right before my eyes.
Wow.
And I seen her, and I just seen what I was doing, how it was destroying her. And I prayed, and I said, y'all, God at the time, and said, I know you don't make deals, but if you allow me to see her on the street again, you'll never have to worry about your daughter being taken care of. I'll never get in trouble again if you allow me to see her again. And every night I went to bed not knowing if I was going to see her again. And he did, and I had 15 year sentence.
Wow.
And I got out. I went through, I was staying as faithful as I can, searching the scriptures. And I'm getting closer and closer to getting out. Then the program came up. Then I got the program. I'm just seeing all these things he's doing. But my mother wasn't doing too well health-wise. I got out. I was able to receive the blessing of Yahuwah. I got out a year earlier than I was supposed to. And I was home sitting right in here when she had a stroke. And if I wouldn't have been here, if Yahuwah wouldn't have got me out here in time, I wouldn't have been here to take her to the emergency room. Now, if I don't believe that Yahuwah is almighty and can do all things, I would have never been here. He could change your life. He changed mine. I've been out 7 years. I ain't been in trouble. There's no looking back. I got my hand on the plow. I ain't looking back. I'm not looking back like Lot's wife. Yesterday, brother, I preached a message that I heard straight from you. Straight from you, brother. I believe. And I'm sowing as much as I can into this because I want somebody else to have the opportunity to know what the truth is. They don't have to guess no more. They can read it and he can speak to them through that word. There's no more you have to go get somebody else to explain it to you. It's going to speak to you that word. You're going to understand that word because it's uncut. It's uncut. Right. And you said this. Throwing them seeds. It's amazing what he's done. What he did. From first telethon session to where we were at. Seeing the love and everybody just sharing and you said this, everybody was on one accord. We were all trying to help each other and just seeing the love pour out, just pouring out, man, lifting brothers and sisters up, bringing them into that level so they can level up and get that package because they're hungry for that word. They're hungry for that truth. And then seeing Brother Elmer and Brother Enrob, man, I could do more. I can go out there and talk. Can I talk to somebody and tell them about Yahuwah today? Can I make an impact in them? And they ask me, what are you smiling for? Man, because Yahuwah, man, Yahuwah is in my life. Who is Yahuwah? Man, that's the name. That's the true name of the Father, the creator of all things. Yes. And they're like, I didn't even know he had a name.
Wow.
I thought it was God. We can minister. There's so much more we can do. We get complacent, and to see them brothers that's really facing persecution.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Because of what they believe in. Man.
Wow, Daniel. Thank you. That's beautiful.
Some of us are called to donate what we can. Some of us are called to minister and witness out there. Everybody has that gift. I've got a couple of dollars in my pocket. I'm every time I come in, I'm kingdom business, kingdom business. You know, because I want him to know that how much it means to me that his word gets out there, and whatever I can do, however I can do it.
Wow, Daniel, that is beautiful, and this is why these telethons and this live are so important, because a lot of you that are listening to this, the live or the recording, you can hear what Yahuwah have done in the life of this man. Receive the name of Yahuwah and get blessed. Get all those desires of your heart. He received Yahuwah and he was able to change his life and change his mother's life. I know when you came out, your mom was so happy and she had the
Wow, I bet.
best last years of her life. And she's so proud of what you're doing. And I know that when Yahuwah come back, you will be able to be there with her. And because what you're doing is counting for your mom, and you'll be able to approach Yahuwah and approach your mom and tell her everything you know, everything you have learned in these years, and give her the opportunity to be in eternal life with you. Because that option that you took, you choose him, you take that decision. And that's why it's so important that we all go out. That person that went to Daniel and told him about this. I just see here Suriel. He said, I was with Daniel in jail. He's here too. They was together in there. How many people you can go out and touch right now? Daniel said, whatever I can do, I'm gonna do it. What can you do? Can you cheer? Can you go and touch someone? Can you put $1? Can you put $2? Can you put 5,000, 2,000, whatever it is? We all have a job to do. We all have a mission, and we know what is that line that we have to hit. Let's keep going. Like the love, what Daniel was saying. We had so much love. The final telethon that we did for the 7 week campaign, the love of everybody was so amazing. Everybody helping each other, and this community have grown so strong. And I think that's what we have to keep holding hands and keep bringing people. We have to bring more people into Yahuwah's way, because it's just not just only us, the ones that are going to be able to stay together. Like we need to, Yahuwah is calling us to spread his name and have
Yes.
a bigger group. So I am so proud of you, Daniel. You said you being out without getting in trouble, and keep spreading the name of
Wow.
Yahuwah and keep doing the right thing. And that's why you're here right now, telling your story to others that are gonna be listening. Millions of people are gonna listen to your story, Daniel, and you are impacting others. So I appreciate that you was able to make it tonight and spread that truth, because that's what you're doing. You're spreading it. You're part of this
I'm over,
this
Lena. I'm
life.
over tore up, and I'm over. I got tears all
I
up in
want
my
to allow,
eyes.
allow you to like. I want to show you something. I want to show you how Yahuwah and His Word changed a hardcore street person into a lovely person through His Word. Every weekend, this is my lovely mother. Every weekend, I buy her flowers. That's what I did. I buy her flowers. She's been gone 2 years. I buy her flowers every weekend
Wow.
because that's how much she meant. That's how much she meant to me. How much Yahuwah means to me. How much love He's given us.
Mm.
I keep doing that as long as I can do that until I'm living on this earth. That's how much it meant to me, because I'm gonna keep my word. I'm gonna keep my word, Yahuwah. You never have to worry about her again.
Wow. This is good, man. This is good. I tell you what, everybody's tore up in the comments. And y'all put a big shout out to Brother Daniel, because y'all heard his heart pouring out. And you know what you're inspiring me to say, Brother Daniel, is there's some people on here, because I done seen 4 or 5 of y'all comment and y'all go, I've been in some similar circumstances as Brother Daniel. Let me tell you, a lot of people get ashamed, but they don't understand. You got people like Brother Shaul Paul.
Mm.
It's hard to beat his dirt. I'm just going to tell y'all. It's hard for the dirt that any of y'all have done, any of the craziness y'all have done, when you weren't taught to do the right things. I want to talk to y'all, and I want Brother Daniel to comment on it, is because I believe, Brother Daniel, a lot of times people do dirt so deep, they think that they're not worthy to have an opportunity. What they haven't taken into account was the setup of the curse that got them to go into that dirt.
Absolutely.
You would have never went into that dirt if you had the proper training in the word of Yahuwah. Guess what took you in that dirt? Let me tell you something. The children of Yahuans, they're not going in that dirt.
That's right.
The native borns that are happening now, like my son he's a native born. That means he was born into the name of Yahuwah. When he came into the world,
Young Kai!
huh?
I love
Think
that
about
young man.
Think about that. He don't know, he don't understand, he don't want nothing to do with Jesus, no Christmas, no Halloween, no Easter. That's none of that. We got multiple children now that are coming in. Where Brother Daniel go? He's gonna be lighting it up. He done took off on the camera. Brother Daniel, if you can hear it, there you are.
He's easier.
Can you still hear us, Brother Daniel? He done,
You know,
Can
Yeah.
you hear us, Brother Daniel? Can you hear us? You might have to go out and come back in. Go out and come back in.
hear you.
Go out and come back in, Brother Daniel. If you can hear us, go out and come back in. Zobita just go ahead and this ain't $20. She gave 20 euros. So that's more than dollars over here now. So Zobita ain't nothing but the truth. Our sister in Germany is coming. Listen, Brother Daniel here he's dropping the spiritual bombs in here, the real stuff, because many of y'all think your dirt's too high. Well, you're the most powerful. You got the most powerful testimony. Yahuwah can use you the most because your conviction will be to another level. But I'm here to provide you some spiritual relief. I'm here to give you some spiritual relief. You were not trained in the way you're supposed to go. There's hardly any person on earth. How do we know that? Because the biggest search engine in the world, Google, had no idea about the name Yahuwah in 2007.
Yeah.
The biggest search engine in the world had no idea. You back with us, Brother Daniel?
Yeah, they can't stay. You can't stop. Won't stop.
Brother Daniel, I'm
Yeah.
telling the people that's got that dirt on them, the biggest search engine in the world, I promise y'all, I'm giving y'all my word. If you type the name Yahuwah in 2007 in Google search engine, nothing came up. You know what that means? That means almost every person that's been born had no idea how, how to be and live right. Thank you, Surreal. Surreal came in with $20 super. We
That,
love y'all. We
that-
appreciate you.
that's my brother. That's my spiritual warrior right there. I
Who,
already
who is that? Who is that?
feel Al not serene.
That's Surreal.
Yeah.
Is that the same one that you said today?
Yeah.
Yep.
Is his name Craig?
Yes, sir.
Brother Craig. So you don't think I know it? I get notifications. They tell me.
Yeah.
They said Daniel put in a bronze pack for his brother Craig. Surreal.
Yeah. That brother pulled me out the fire, brother. That brother pulled me out the fire.
You was gone.
I was when I got out here. I was I didn't know what was going on, and I was disillusioned for a minute because I was thinking that, man, everybody's gonna be on fire for the word, and everybody's gonna be doing this, and I was just like, I didn't know where to turn.
Lost.
And I hadn't talked to him. This is a testimony. Yah is my witness. Yah is my witness to this.
Hallelujah.
I had not talked to him in a long time. And I got an text email. I don't know which one it was, but it was a text email. He said, y'all told him to call me, get a hold of me. Because then I'll tell you about some persecution, because I'm a pretty loyal person. When you're my friend, you're my friend. When I left the penitentiary system, I still had friends in there and I was in contact with, which is a violation of the probation provisions that I was under. But I felt so much loyalty to them that we were still in contact. And the FBI pulled up on me and said, and hit me with this is what you're charged with. And I didn't know what to do. And this brother reached out to me and he said, Yahuwah told him to get a hold of me. And then we talked. He said, what are you doing? I was sliding, I was all over the road. I wasn't on the straight and narrow. I was going from side to side. And then another brother that I was locked up with, Brother Arnie, out of Seattle, Washington, said, go and see the people that are accusing you before they take you in front of them. So the FBI talked to me. I told them I did nothing. I don't have nothing to hide. They investigated me for a whole year and found nothing, no doing wrong. Because I said, I know this doesn't look good. Everybody was thinking that, his mother done passed. He's about to go that way again. And I said, no, I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. And I said, I know it looks bad, but I'm trusting Yahuwah. Yahuwah is going to be the only one to get me out. And you know what the FBI said?
What did it say?
We found no wrong. You didn't do anything wrong. I knew when I talked to you, when you answered the questions, you didn't have anything to do with it.
Wow. So they were ready to hit you.
Yes, sir. I have
and
faith.
Yahuwah turned that.
That's
Nothing
right.
can touch you. Yahuwah don't let
Nothing can touch you without Yahuwah's permission. When you going through stuff, Yahuwah gave that permission.
That's
when
right.
he delivered you, Yahuwah protected you. Now he has a promise to us. He'll guard us. That's why we got to guard it. You ain't going to have to be looking over to the left and right. When you guard his commandments and you stay in this path that we're teaching you and promote the truth, y'all, I'm telling y'all, you're going to go through persecution. You're going to have people hate you. You're going to have governments hate you. Like me and Lena got governments that hate us for no reason. They create stuff.
Yep.
And you understand this, brother Daniel. They'll create the stuff on you, man. Like they'll manufacture it. Satan's got some unbelievable tools to manufacture stuff against you that you will never even imagine how to get.
That is in he that's in this world.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, I'm telling y'all. So what we got to do is we got to raise people up in the right way this time. See, every now and then there becomes a world-changing time. This is different. This ain't just a world-changing time. This is the eternal shift.
That's right.
To where we are appointed for the end time. I don't even know what y'all gonna do with that, brother Daniel. We are appointed for the end time.
You said something that is so profound, Brother Jay. You said that this is one of the most important, if not the most important project since the resurrection of Yahuwah.
It is. Mm-hmm. It is. Nobody has a real word. Hey, you got to think what I'm thinking, Daniel. I get down this path. I'm talking to Lynn. My dad came in there again today. He's been watching these telethons. He's down here visiting us in Colombia. He come in. He said, "Son, I'm just sitting there thinking. A few years ago when we was out there fishing, it was like May 2022. He go, we out there fishing, and I see you doing these scriptures. You tell me what you're doing." He goes, I couldn't connect what has happened till now. I said, "Daddy, I got to tell you, I didn't have any idea how." Like, I knew it was big, Daniel. I'm telling you the truth. Brother to brother, right? Syria, I'm getting all of y'all. Everybody here, Catherine, Yamani, William, Emily, all of our family, Joe, Mitchell's up in here. Blake is up in here. We got Suhal. You got to tell us how to say your name, sis. Put it out there. Suhal is up in here. William Pollock is up in here. I mean, we got people from all over the world. Holly, our incredible sister. Man, I'm telling y'all, Ebony, y'all listen to me. Amber, y'all know. Ron, yeah. I'm telling y'all. Shell, I'm just going to make sure I got Donna, my sister's up in here. Luya's up in here. Sherry, my sister, for real. Y'all wouldn't believe this woman. Obita, Alisa.
Daniel Libby up there. He's up there.
Daniel Libby's up in there. Daniel Warrior, Michael Fickick, a warrior. Annette Green. Weldon, Weldon, holding it down. Look, we got all kind of people. Weldon over at Donna's up in here. Look, Catherine.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, y'all gotta listen to me. Dre B, y'all gotta listen real quick. I knew it was big, but I had no idea like how big, because I just knew I needed to go do it. And then I had to blow the whistle, say, team, come here. We are charged with doing the translation of the scriptures. And Lena was like, you mean the whole thing? Yeah. The whole thing. Genesis, Bereshit, to Hazum. The whole thing. Then we got to go scrub the lost books and get them dialed in. And they were like, for real? Yeah. All right. So we start. Now, Daniel, this is the thing. As we start, then we start getting more and more comments coming in to promote the truth. Because you see have you seen how much we've grown?
Yes, sir.
Like all the people, 200-some thousand people watched the videos last month. So we get comments like y'all wouldn't believe. It's a full, we got people on staff. They got a full-time job just responding to comments. Full-time. 2-3 people it takes to just do all that, responding to all y'all's comments. Because we said that's important. Now listen.
Yeah.
Let me tell y'all what we learned in that day. We learned that all these people that think they got the tough stuff and that they're all arrogant and they so prideful. We learned that with 2 or 3 questions, we can tear all kind of strongholds down. Because we figured out, once we went and tried to we try to physically buy the most accurate scriptures in the world. You see my library in here, you're going to go, what? And we were going, look at all these errors in everything we got. And this is the best that we can find. Guess what? It's all got Greek influence or Judaism influence or Latin Vulgate, Septuagint. It's got all kind of Catholic influence, Christian influence. Every one of these translations we found got that influence. So we said, well, let's get a little bolder and let's just see if somebody will send us an email challenging us. Right? Guess how many people challenge us? 0. Nobody. When we're doing that you don't think there's a whole bunch of Hebrew scholars out there that understand their understanding of Hebrew and a bunch of Aramaic out there. And when we're doing these translations that are putting them out, you would think they would go, wait a minute. But guess why they don't go yet? Wait a minute. They ain't called on Yahuwah.
That's right. They don't believe in him.
They ain't called on him. They don't have Yahuwah in them. Yahuwah right now is shutting the mouths of everybody that ain't got their heart right. While you watch this project, the true scriptures go hit the earth. I got chills on my arm, brother. Brother Daniel, you got to take this over. I got chills on my arms right now because Yahuwah just said, I'm going to shut the mouth of every arrogant person to where they can't say nothing and watch my real word hit the earth. Then watch the end come. Because it's going to create an explosion. Brother Daniel, what you got to say about that?
I'm in total agreement because that word is so pure, sharper than any double-edged sword, cutting them down, slicing, dicing. It's amazing. And here's what I want to say. This is how important it is to plant the seed, smash the likes, comment. The fact that people died when they promoted the truth back in the day when that Bible came out. The Bible came out. We ain't under that kind of pressure now. So we can give whatever we got to give. We can do whatever we got to do to get this out there. Because
look, we got a head start. The heat's coming. Don't think it ain't coming.
They talking about the greatest transfer of wealth in the entire history of the world is that word.
It's that word. See,
that word with the stock market, Bitcoin, and none of that stuff. It's that word right there.
That word. See, what happens is when that type of writing You see what Suriel said? Because if you can't read the ancient text, you can't read the writing on the wall. You see that right there? That's ancient text.
That's
If
it.
you can't understand that, and I promise you, you cannot understand it. You can read, you can be fluent in Aramaic. I know, you want to know how I know? How I know for a fact that's true? There is something called the Church of the East. They got this word,
Mm-hmm.
but they under Roman rule. They understand this word, but they cannot. They can't translate this word properly because they labeled themselves the Circe. So we know they're already lost. They call themselves the Church of the East, and they say that Peter Kappa delivered that word to them personally. And guess what? To their ancestors, Kappa did deliver it to them personally. And guess what they did? They did just like the rest of their ancestors. They went and followed other mighty ones. And so Yahuwah turned them over to the Circe. He turned them over to the seance, to the sorcery. But see, to those of us that have Yahuwah in us, when we read that, we understand that. Now, guess how many people on earth, Brother Daniel, can read that writing on the wall? Like Daniel did. Your name ain't Daniel for Daniel for no reason. Like when he had to go to King Nebuchadnezzar, right? He said, "What's that writing on that wall?" Guess how many people can read that writing the right way in
I mean,
Yahuwah? What would you guess on earth? How many people can read this the right way and translate it to the right way?
maybe 144.
That's going to be high number.
I don't think at this point right now.
There will be.
If there is someone that can do that, I would think they would have been reaching out already, and no
That's right.
one have reached out yet to promote the truth with any knowledge of the word. And the amount of videos that we have put out, and the information we're talking about this, is just, it will be for, if someone is out there knowing that word of Yahuwah and knowing these two languages, they will be already popping their head up and saying there is something wrong, or I can help translating that because I know how to do that exactly, or and they will be like exactly on point on all the things that Yahuwah wants us to do.
Yeah,
So
like being leader, I always asking. Sister Sophia, thank you for that $10. I always acknowledge when somebody gives a super in here. We want to acknowledge them, Sister Sophia. Thank you so much for that.
thank
But
you.
Lena just hit it. Like, think about that, Brother Daniel. We've been going on Front Street. 200 and some thousand people watched videos last month, right? Did y'all know we got a notification today? I don't know, brother. We got a notification today. We just what y'all saw about three days ago. We hit 900 plus thousand views.
Really.
We just got the million notification today.
It's getting silly.
1 million views of promote the truth video just
Yahuwah!
happened today. We got the notifications.
Oh man, you make me want to just go out my door, run down the street, and don't stop till I hit Diego.
Think about that. 1 million. And we just, and y'all, and where are they? So see, many of y'all don't understand when we say 144. Y'all see that 144? Y'all think,
Oh
oh man, come on. Come on. There's at least 144. No, there's not.
No.
Not on this earth.
no.
If Yahuwah couldn't find nothing but one in Bereshit chapter 6, verse 3, where he said, I regret that I made humans. He
Right.
went all over the earth. And this ain't no different than Sodom and Gomorrah. When he was
Adam,
talking to Abraham, he goes, what if there's 50
that,
down there?
I was just talking about that today. I said,
Talk to me.
man, he was standing in the gap, and let me tell you something. This is a transformation. This is a transformation. There's a sister who has a son. I felt so honored that she asked me to talk to him, because he's having a difficult time. He's immersed in the word, but he's coming under attack. And I'm so honored and privileged that they asked me to talk to him, because I went through all the hell that I went through to be able to understand young men and young people.
Yes.
When I spoke to them, I spoke to some young people about 4 or 5 months ago.
Because I went through
told them that the fact that when you say native born, they mothers and fathers. I said, you are so blessed to have a mother and father that cares so much about you to stay in that word, because they're doing this for you. Their foundation is doing this for you to follow and to come after that.
Yes.
And that's what I'm saying. When you saying that right there, man, it is so, man, what more can, what do you want me to do?
What do you want me to do? Send me. See, Yahuwah said, who can I call? Who will go for me?
Yeah. And I see that in this, I go back and I listen and I look at the lives. I can't make them all, but when I do go in there, I just praise y'all. I praise y'all, man, because to see the growth, to see the love, and to see the dedication. I tell you, there was a sister on the live, I think it was Shabbat Live. I caught the Shabbat Live.
Okay.
She said, Yahuwah. She could speak German. She was so,
that's what I said. She's there. She's listening to you right now. She's listening to you right now. She's here.
She is so, Yahuwah is speaking right through her. She was just so happy to be. That's Yahuwah. That's Yahuwah. That's Yahuwah.
Yahuwah, man.
Man, I was in my seat. I was like, I had strawberry goosebumps.
I love it, man.
Hallelujah.
Let me get this down, and I'm gonna let you get out here, man. You've been such a blessing with us in here. Hey, look at is it Michelle or Michelle Nicholas, $2.49 See, that's somebody coming in going, look, I just want to do. I got to do something. Everybody, I gotta get over to TSNT. But let me see if I can get my sister's name dialed in for you here. Zobida. That's Zobida over there in Germany.
Yeah, Zobida. She just
She been sewing since we've been in here. She been sewing since we've been here. She been sewing. She ain't playing. So you can tell when somebody got to fight. No, look. That's a screen, Daniel. This is a screenshot. That's a Google screenshot. 229,100 people watched our videos on our channel in the pagan month January.
Right.
And I'm telling you, where are the people that are coming up with the pure word? There should be somebody going, Jay, you wouldn't promote the truth. Y'all ain't got to go through all that. We got you. Go ahead and look at this.
Facts upon facts.
Yeah.
They should say it, Lena. Somebody should step in here and go, hey, what y'all doing? Y'all wasting time. We got this nailed down. We got it. What y'all going through all that pain for? Y'all should connect with us and we go work together and you promote. Because now, let me tell you what happens, Daniel. Them numbers, YouTube just sent us a notification and invited us into a special program. Now I see how YouTube grows so big.
That's right.
Nobody knows the backstage of YouTube unless you do certain numbers.
That's right.
Yeah.
YouTube is a beast because they're owned by Google. They got a backstage, y'all, that you get invited into once your numbers hit a certain level. Our numbers are so off the charts now. And at this stage, this is early because we ain't been doing nothing but lives for 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They came in and said, hey, we got a special program that if you would allow it, there are people that would love to be sponsors for certain content that y'all know us. You can't come in here just sharing anything. You can't. Do they got some organic foods or something like that? It's got to be very, very vanilla. Anything dealing with this world, we're not bringing. But if it can add to the foundation of the base, okay, come in here. We can. But man, they won't throw some money at us now. Why you think, Brother Daniel? Because them numbers are showing up.
That's right.
No, we ain't bending over for none of that. We looking to the real deal. Oh, man, there's people coming in. William Pollock over here in the building. Thank you, William. William gifted 10 promote the truth membership. What is that, William? We got stuff going on. I don't even know how to explain it.
Yahuwah.
Wow.
Yeah, Yahuwah. And we have you said Patricia Wandia, she gave the $24.18. We have also Daniel that gave the bronze pack for his brother Craig, and we have Cherry, she gave $208. We have Benjamin, they give $26 with 41 cents. Yamani, they give $52 with 32 cents. And our brother Michael Fiki, they give $311.84. So it just, this is all just like you said, sowing, sowing, sowing. It's all these seeds that we're putting out there. It's all this support for these beautiful people. And thank you, every one of those that have given this support, because the work that have to be done is
It's off the
unbelievable.
hook. People have no idea. And I want Brother Daniel to close out with this. This work that we're doing, we're not playing with y'all. Lena and I, we have other businesses. Our staff, we told them, look, we got a calling. We need X amount of y'all to step up. That takes money to have them step up. Y'all go deal with this. We now got to go handle this over here. It takes almost every second of our day to do what we're doing right now, because we are on a mission. We know that we got to go nuts between now and December 31st, 2024. Like, we got to do everything in our power to go. That book is done, put over to the printing press, is going out to the world. And maybe Yahuwah will let us take a deep breath, maybe for a week or two, going into 2025 before we get back on the hammer. But we know that we got to put it down all the way to this whole year. So, Brother Daniel, Kingdom Business, tsnt.org. We need people to go contribute if they are about this mission. We don't need the wrong one. So if y'all think we just want you to throw money in, but you don't believe what we're doing, put your money in your pocket. Don't send us a dime.
Right.
Only the people that believe in what we're saying, we want to send us anything. Sister Annette Green with a $50 super. Thank you, sister. And you know what I love about this, Lena? People are doing like Daniel. People, they're learning from you, Daniel. They do supers to be able to help with the algorithm and the support here,
That's
but they're
right.
also contributing at tsnt.org like Brother Daniel does. Because we take everything you do here, we also give you some recognition over there.
Credit over there.
So
That's
tsnt.org, how important is that website to the mission and what's going on, Brother Daniel? We'll give you some closing words.
it's so important. Whatever you can do, Yahuwah is going to multiply it, because he loves a cheerful giver, and he sees your work, and he sees what you're doing. Ye of little strength, but I can do all things through Yahuwah, who gives me the strength to do all things. And he takes and multiplies, like when they were looking at all those soldiers coming against them in the valley, and the prophet said, open his eyes, let him see. And we seen all of Yahuwah's warriors around, and he said, there's not more of them than us. That's what he's doing. When you give your $2, $5, $10, whatever you give, Yahuwah multiplies that. He's looking at your heart. He's looking at what you're doing. You planting the seed, he's going to multiply it. And that's what he does. Hallelujah.
I love that.
Yahuwah!
Yahuwah! He loves that. Y'all don't understand. When Daniel does that, that's a shabaoot. That's a call out. That's an oath going out. When you scream his name out like that, you're doing an oath with Yahuwah. Yahuwah loves for y'all to shout his name out like that to the earth. So that's a great tone. Thank you, Brother Daniel. You got any parting words for the family of Yahuwah, all the thousands of people that are going to watch us? Any parting words you'd like to share with everybody?
Baruch haba Hashem Yahuwah!
Blessed is the one that comes in the name of Yah. We love you, Brother Daniel. Thank you
I
for
love
pouring
y'all,
your
man.
heart, brother.
I
Love you,
y'all.
Daniel. Thank
Love
you
you
for
with all
coming
we got.
tonight.
Did
I love
y'all enjoy that? Did y'all enjoy that? Huh?
I love it. I
Did
love it.
y'all enjoy?
Thank
Lena, I won't get your thought. Hey, and look, our sister Holly came in with a $10 super. Thank you, sister
thank
Holly. We
you,
love you, sister. Thank you.
Ali.
What do you think, Lena?
His energy and his testimonial was just a blessing. It was just so um, heartfelt, and you can tell from his testimony where he coming from and how he's been able to transform not just his life but other people's life when he received Yahuwah. And he's keep doing it. He's changing other people's right now and being able to see Suriel $2.
We all
Thank you,
going in,
Suriel.
brother Craig going in. And so
Yes,
look, Lena, everybody shouldn't everybody give a shout out to Daniel Bacote in the comments? Will y'all all
yes,
show brother Daniel some love in the comments? If you're watching the recording, will you send a big shout out to brother Daniel? Say thank you so much. Just drop a comment. See, we got to edify each other. I taught that earlier
yes,
from the real book of Yahudah about how important it is for us to lift each other up, to praise one another. Get all
yes,
that coveting out of your heart, out of your soul. There's more than enough.
for
Everything that was
everybody.
used in creating everything has never been used up. It will not be used up. It's all abundance. And I just like for my wife to talk about that. And then we're going to go into some special announcements about our upcoming virtual retreat. There's a lot of stuff happening
Yes.
on telethon. But everybody get to tsnt.org. Send Brother Daniel a shout out. Lena, what you got for us?
What Daniel have put here on the table and what we have been able to do the whole day is being unbelievable. The love, the testimonials, the truth, the through word, and seeing the importance of this project and how much these people like Daniel say he found us like like last year 9 months ago, and all his teachings and everything he have been able to learn in the path of the right path of Yahuwah, and getting into all the truth by learning from promoted truth. So that's why all this is so important. I'm really excited of what is coming, what we're doing, and all the work, all these people like I see here. Look, thank you, brother Daniel. Stay strong and courageous. Blessing to you, brother Kingdom Business. Thank you so much for sharing your story. Brother Daniel, keep pressing in and sharing your testimony with others to encourage them in Yahuwah. Thank you, brother Daniel. Um, we do not cover, we praise Yahuwah. Um, Daniel Bacote, thank you, brother, for your testimony. So blessed to be a part of this family. Um, my brother brought tears to you for my testimony. I'm grateful to hear this story. So that's what we've been talking the whole day. How we're encouraging others from our own perspective, from our own life, from our testimony. You never know what you have gone through, how much you can help others. Like this, your own story. If you if you went through hard stuff in life and receiving Yahuwah help you, by you sharing Yahuwah, you don't know how you can help others. Like I have told you to a lot of you in the previous telethon, I was abused when I was little, and for many years that happened. I was abused by my grandfather, and receiving, and it was very hard since I was 4 years old until I was 15 that I was able to stop that. But I used that to witness. I use that to tell people that the only way I found to take all that pain away from my life, it was receiving Yahuwah and repenting and not blaming myself for anything. Because I knew that all these things that happened to us from the time we're born is because what our parents, our grandparents, our great grandparents, and what they didn't do, what they, because they didn't keep the commandments, and we all know what happened. So if we receive Yahuwah right now, if we step in his ways, we're able to stop this nonsense for our future generations. So that's why it's so important what we're doing right now. Whatever you're doing right now is that seed to protect your seeds, your generations, and those generations from other ones. So I'm really, really honored to be doing this work. Yahuwah have called us to do this. I have taken that call. I have chosen him. Our family have chosen him, and no complaints. We are walking on what Yehuda read in that book today, what we have read today in the book of Yehuda, and it's just encouraging other people's, loving others, staying faithful, humble, and into the true word, just being kind, just be kind to others, and especially to those brothers and sisters of Yahuwah. I think that's what we can do on our daily basis. I believe that this is the first time, after seeing the true scriptures and the true translations, how I can really apply the scriptures in my life. Because before it was so hard to understand even the word. So I'm honored to be doing all this project, Brother Jay.
You know, I had somebody else. I think I got another special guest might pop in. They just sent me a message, and I sent a message earlier. But
You've been
before they
giving
get
me
it,
surprises all
yeah, I
day
got
today.
surprises, man, on the telethon. We got people. We can pull people in for. They ain't even seen it. I got some because I used to play professional baseball, and then now a lot of my friends are starting to that I play with. Hey, and so there's gonna be some. I told y'all there's gonna be some blockbuster big names over the course of time. Y'all who are gonna hit people from so many angles. They gonna come in and go, look, I can no longer live in that way. I can't live like that.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like me. I'm like, man, the whole world was at my feet. Satan was trying to work a deal with me. I could feel it, even though it was like, it's not like some dude with some pointed ears comes up and goes, hey. I was telling my daddy the night before, I said, Dad, you don't understand what your son, what I was faced with. I'm telling you, my dad, my talent was Richter scale, and I could feel the sucking and the pulling of this world. Come on in here. Come on in here. We'll give you all this
Yeah.
stuff. You can feel like when Yahusha got taken up to that mountain by Shaitan and says, look at all these kingdoms. I'll give it to you.
I give you
A lot of
everything.
people, they just stay in that. I love y'all. Matt Wells coming in with a super. Daniel with another super, man. Y'all ain't nothing but the truth. Y'all, the support coming in. Louis coming in with the super tonight. While we're doing this live,
Yeah.
it just means a lot. But Lena, let's talk about the virtual retreat.
Yes. I'm excited about it.
Okay, Lena's pulling up some information. A lot of people have been asking. You know that once you become a silver member, that's it, get to the $500 level, you get
Yeah.
free VIP access to the retreat. You don't have to pay. So you get the free VIP access. The tickets outside of that, so if you're not at the silver level, you can just buy a ticket to the virtual retreat. It's going to be a 2-day retreat. It's going to be 5 to 6 hours on each day, a Saturday and a Sunday. 5 to
Yeah.
6 hours. You're not going to miss this. This is
Yeah.
going to be
You don't want
legendary.
to miss it.
It's going to be
Yes.
legendary. I'm telling y'all,
Yeah.
we got high power speakers coming in on this. It's going to be $249 for a ticket because this has never happened before where you teach people the right way from every angle of life. There's only 6 pillars of life: mental,
Yes.
social, emotional, spiritual, financial, physical. You teach those 6 pillars and you master the 6 pillars, you fulfill your life. If you study Yahushua HaMashiach when he was here, he was teaching the 6 pillars. You'll see it. He was teaching the 6 pillars. I was able to disseminate it through my studies and go, oh, he's teaching people how to deal with things mentally. You want to know how many people are having mental breakdowns and emotional breakdowns? They don't handle their mental and emotional pillar. You want to know how come so many people are physically ill? They don't handle their physical pillar. Spiritually, we know that. He dealt with that big time, right? Financial, he was dealing with it. Hardly anybody was listening, right?
Yeah.
Social, hardly anybody was talking about the social teachings that Yahushua was doing, teaching you how to interact with other people. See, we were
Yes.
talking about that earlier. How to have compassion, how to talk, how to communicate.
Yeah. How
So
we
we
teach our kids.
how you teach your kids. Like, should you send them off to the school systems or not?
Mhm.
Is there some
Yeah.
alternatives? How do you do it? We're gonna teach all of that for 2 days. We're gonna pour it in. The tickets are $249, or you get to silver package, and you get a free VIP access. So if you don't have the silver package, say you pay $249, which a lot of people are gonna do. Well,
Mhm.
then there are going to be VIP things happen for the silvers that the 249s don't have that access to, but they at least are going to have access to the whole event that's going to be historical. So, Lena, what's going to happen with the virtual retreat? First time ever we're breaking this down. Let's go.
First time ever releasing this information here about our virtual retreat, Promote the Truth. First virtual retreat ever for Promote the Truth 2. And our retreat is going to be renewed, a transformative 2 day journey in
So
Yahuwah.
it's called Renew.
Renewed.
That's the name of the retreat. The Promote the Truth Renew Virtual Summit.
Renewed retreat. Yes, our virtual retreat, and the dates, and mark them in your calendars, is going to be Pagan March 16 and 17, 2024. Is going to be on the from 10 a.m. Colombian time. I know that in USA times change, so at this point I don't know if that's going to be Eastern or Central time. So Bogota time, Colombia time, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. each day. So we're gonna have 6 hours each day. Uh, a webinar meeting on this retreat, and I'm going to read you about a little bit about what this retreat is going to be, what Renew is going to be. Renew is going to be a transformative 2 day journey where seekers of truth gather to embark on a profound exploration of Yahuwah's ways. This retreat is more than an event, it's a special space for spiritual renewal, a dynamic coverage of knowledge, and a celebration of the mighty name of Yahuwah. Immerse yourself in the essence of renewed as we dive into the profound teachings of Yahuwah, unlocking the timeless wisdom that revitalize every facet of our lives. Throughout this meaningful journey, expert speakers with a deep understanding of the physical, social, mental, spiritual, financial, and emotional pillars will guide you through profound insights and growth. Experience the power of unity as like minded individuals converge to learn, share, and elevate one another. This retreat is not just about understanding, it's about living in the alignment with powerful principles, embracing Yahuwah's ways, and undergoing a personal transformation that extends to every corner of your existence. Join us on this profound pilgrimage to renewed, where the mighty name of Yahuwah is unveiled in its full steam, and the timeless teachings come alive. Let the wisdom of Yahuwah resonate with you, renewing your spirit and setting the course for a life enriched by the truth. Are you ready to renew, restore, and rediscover the powerful path? Your journey begins here. And what we're going to be learning, the 6 pillars, and I'm going to give you names of some of our speakers. These are just some of the speakers. We're getting the confirmation of more speakers coming into this, and the speakers are Yahuwah experts, or going to be experts that deeply respect the name of Yahuwah. So we're going to have, of course, our brother Jay Nolan, PTT founder. We're going to have myself, Sister Lena Nolan, and we're going to have Sister Melanie Summers as an education expert. We're going to have Dr. Jeff Wright as a health expert, and Mr. Dan Pila as a financial expert too, and more speakers to come. I'm going to give you a few of the topics that we're going to be talking on each of the
Hold on one second.
pillars.
You went pretty fast there on those speakers, so slow down. I gotta tell I'm like, hold on a second. I want to make sure everybody understands. Say the speakers again, real quick, please, if you don't mind, honey.
Yeah, so we're going to have Brother Jay Nolan, our PTT founder, with
I'm gonna
over
be there.
you're gonna be there. Over 30 years in spiritual knowledge and languages, a mindset coach, an entrepreneur, a husband, and a father, and almost 20 years in Yahuah's path. Sister Melanie Summers, educational expert, over
So
40
all of
years.
y'all that want to know about how to homeschool your kids at the highest
Yes,
level, y'all heard a little bit from Melanie. This is going to be another atmosphere. She's
yes.
40 years expert, and she is a follower of Yahuwah and immersed into his name. She'll be teaching on that. Go ahead, Lynn.
Correct. We're going to have Dr. Jeff Wright. He's a health expert with over 30 years in holistic medicine, former president of the Naturopathic Doctor Association in
All right.
Utah,
That's
and deeply respect.
the former president of the entire Naturopathic Doctors Association in the entire state of Utah. And he happens to be our personal doctor. He happens to have been Kai's doctor since Kai was about what, Lena? 9, 10 months old?
Yes, 9 months old.
So, like, since Kai is 9 months old, Kai, our son, has never had to take a vaccine, has never had to take any type of prescription, has never had to take any type of medicine of unnatural medicines whatsoever.
Antibiotics or
No
being in a
antibiotic, none of
hospital.
that stuff. He's 8 years old. Never had to take any of that ever.
And never have to take him an emergency room
Never had to go to no
or a
emergency room. None of
hospital.
that. Because Dr. Wright has been his doctor, loves the name Yahuwah. He'll be teaching in the physical pillar. I think that's valuable for y'all to know. That's why I told Lena, wait a minute. Go ahead, Lena.
We're also going to have Mr. Dan Pilla, a financial expert, over 30 years as a leading tax litigation expert, and also deeply respects the name of Yahuwah and have a lot of expertise on how you can manage all your taxes, how you make the most out of the money that you make, and how you can do all this in the ways of Yahuwah.
And I'm gonna comment because we're
No,
dropping names and hardly anybody's going, hold on, wait a minute. How's this going to relate to my life? Well, I'm gonna tell you how.
yes,
So when Lena says Dan Pilla, these are people we know personally, by the way. Now, Dan is a tax litigation consultant with more than 40 years of experience. He helps people and tax professionals solve IRS problems. You know how many people got IRS problems?
a lot.
We're getting ready to take the complete, anybody that's afraid of the IRS, we're going to take the complete fear out of your life in this virtual retreat. We're going to equip you with the exact stuff you need to never, ever be afraid of the IRS again and to maximize. Now, Dan, through his work and research, by the way, Dan, he's 63, 64 years old. He actually sued the IRS when he was 18. So like how he got started, he sued the IRS and he won. The IRS was coming in to take his parents home. And at 18, he went down to the library and read a book and figured out, hey, okay. And then he went and filed a lawsuit and went into the court. And he was on one side as an 18-year-old. On the other side was a United States Justice Department attorney. And when it was all said and done, after Dan read what he read, and the U.S. government's attorney from the IRS said what he said, the judge slammed the gavel down, said, "Mr. Pilla's right. The government, you're wrong. He wins. Saved his parents' home."
Yes, he did. Yes, he
So
did.
he's coming in. Now, y'all gotta understand, his research started the tax resolution industry. So y'all see all those commercials about tax resolution? He's the man that solved it. Right? I mean, he started that resolution. The Associated Press quoted that this is the Associated Press said, Dan Pilla probably knows more about the IRS than the commissioner of the IRS. He is the author of 15 books, dozens of high-level research reports, more than 1,000 articles on taxpayers' rights issues, tax policy, and administration, and IRS problems resolutions. He's been consultant to 4 presidential nominees. 4. When the IRS was going crazy back in the 90s and before, he helped get a bill passed that stopped all the IRS nonsense of raiding and jacking people up and intimidating people. All right. He's the founder of the Taxpayers Defense Institute, and he's going to be coming in teaching about how to make sure you're financially stable. Dan has personally asked me. Now he's in the National Review magazine newspaper all the time, almost once a month. I think every month. He's asked me to personally mentor him in the ways of Yahuwah. I want y'all to stop and listen what I just said. That man that sold about 1 million books has asked me personally, would you please mentor me, help me understand the ways of Yahuwah? And how I met him is crazy. It's crazy how I met him. Because like most people that get into business, they don't have any idea about what they're doing. They get in trouble with the governments, this and that, and you all of a sudden you end up. They knocked on my door. They said I owe $518,000 in taxes back in around 2005, 2007, something like that. And I had no idea. I'm like, what? And they said the only person that can help get this straightened out with is a man out of Minnesota named Dan Pillar. And he came in and he took over, and me and him became good friends through this whole process, helped solve all my issues. I've had to deal with many different issues over the years of doing business. And so because of our relationship, he asked me could you please help me understand and learn the ways of Yahuwah? And you want to know why? Because his dad had that book that Brother Daniel was talking about. And his dad, he never understood it. It said the restored name version. And his dad just passed away like 2 years ago. And he sent me, I didn't know Dad was hip to this. I had a conversation with him about Yahuwah, hardcore witness. I don't play games. You come around me, I'm telling you about Yahuwah, some shape, form, or fashion. And and Dan's been an avid Christian for years, spoken to all these churches around the country. And guess what? I gave him that witness. His dad passed away. He said, my dad would have wanted me to talk to you because he would show me these letters and I never understood them, these Hebrew letters. And then all of a sudden it was Yahuwah's name that his dad was trying to have him understand, but his dad didn't completely understand it. His dad just kept saying, I'm not doing no Christmas. I'm not doing no holidays. And the family didn't.
He wasn't doing nothing.
He said, I'm not doing any of that. And he says, I'm not saying no name Jesus, and I'm not saying God, but he was just old school. And Dan didn't understand it, but then he understood it. So Yahuwah's working multiple angles.
Yes.
So y'all got to understand that those of us that are promoting the truth, we all done been through craziness. Many of us done been through hell and high water to get here. So if y'all think that you're going to come in here all cute and unscarred and unscathed, there's hardly anybody like that I know of.
Yes.
Keep going, honey. I had to stop, make sure people know who these people are. Because you were just going through them like, wait a minute, hold on. I don't think Lena's getting this across to them here.
Yeah, I think it was very important for us to tell them each one of these bios of little bios of them. You're gonna be able to see a whole website this week. A whole website is going to go up with all the information that I'm reading to you right now, with all the details on what topics are you gonna be able to see, and also you're gonna be able to purchase your ticket right there. And if you are one of the silver packs, you're also going to have the option on get registered.
I got to tell them one more thing about Dan Lane. I'm going to go raw here. Can I go raw, sis?
Go raw.
My sister, I'm like, she's my sister, she's my wife in Yahuwah. Y'all got to understand this. Listen, Dan is so important for y'all to hear from. Dan, and y'all got to hear from, hold on, I got my special guest. He's about to get in here soon. Dan is so important to this, and Dr. Wright coming in here, and these people, and Melanie, these are like frontline people. Me and Lena went through some of the hardest core persecution that any of y'all could ever imagine. You never want to touch.
Yeah,
you don't want it to touch you, and you don't have to, but you might, because if you're gonna get up here on the front line for Yahuwah, the only way we can describe that we went through this is because of Yahuwah. So the IRS came back at us again after we got all that stuff settled. And then they said 2017, 18, and 19, they said that we owed like over $300,000, did an audit on us. Who wants to go through an audit? Nobody wants to go through an audit. 300 some $1,000. Dan took care. Dan grabbed it, went and did what he does. You know what happened? We're going to show y'all in the retreat. Y'all going to see it personally. When Dan got through with it, presenting the truth, because he stands for the truth, in the federal tax courts came back, because you got to go through appeals and got to go through all this stuff. Dan came back. They said we owe $0, zero penalties for those 3 years. Y'all hear what we're teaching y'all? See, that's why this virtual retreat is so critical and important, because we're giving y'all the real stuff. Most people won't talk about the dirt. They won't talk about the filth. They won't talk about, like Brother Daniel came in and said, man, I done been through prison before. Yahuwah restored me, brought me out of that. And I'm telling you, some of this stuff, people, they're going to come against you to set you up, and you're not going to know where it's coming from. You're going to have all these different angles hit you, and you're not going to understand where it's coming from. But if you are in Yahuwah, Yahuwah says, I always am going to provide you a way of escape. I'm always going to be the resolution for you. I'm always going to be the answer for you. When they bring you before me, don't think about what you will say. I will give you what to say. I'll bring the people to help protect you. Right? We had no idea what the heck that was about. I'm like, what are you doing? We got all of our documentation here. We got one of the best accountants in the country. They said, you don't owe no money. They said, no, but they create stuff against you.
Yes.
You want to know why? If you really hardcore on the name of Yahuwah, y'all going to find that some of y'all, they're going to create this stuff. But I'm here to tell you, Yahuwah will prepare a feast in the presence of your enemies. Okay,
Yes.
honey, back over to you.
Okay.
Daniel Bacote with that kingdom business, $100 right there. He ain't playing.
Kingdom business.
Kingdom
And
business.
we're gonna keep with this kingdom business. Part of the kingdom business is also be able to train everybody in the right ways. That's why we're putting together this retreat with the 6 pillars of success in their life, because you need to know what is the steps that, so you receive Yahuwah's name, but now what? What are those? What are those right? What's the right path? What I need to do? And there's integral things, little details that make part of your life that sometimes maybe you're wondering what are the best things to do, and you can read, but it's nothing better than just listening and learn from live people like you are doing right now. So on the pillar, on the physical pillar, we're gonna have Dr. Wright talking about the holistic health. We're gonna talk about the spiritual impact on physical well-being and embarking on a journey to wellness. So we're gonna talk. Dr. Wright is gonna be covering everything related to wellness. How can you have your body, your mind, and your spirit all from the ways of Yahuwah, and how can you take care of your body? How can you take care of your family? The best ways to eat, what's the best supplements? All that kind of stuff are going to be um, teach in this pillar, on the physical pillar. We're also going to have the social pillar, and we're going to have there Miss Melanie Summers. She's going to be talking about the community and the connections and how we can teach our kids the right way. So as 40 years plus in the education, she's going to be teaching all the parents how can they homeschool, what are the best plans to do, where are the links they need to go and download curriculums, how can they contact her, get some coaching on that part, how can they go into different resources, free resources, and how they can build meaningful connections, nurturing spiritual relationships, the power of like-minded connections, and the spiritual community. We're gonna have on the mental pillar, and we probably gonna have to. We're still waiting on this speaker to confirm, but I'm pretty sure is a for sure. But we're gonna have in the mentor pillar. We're gonna be talking about renewing the mind, Yahuwah's wisdom in this modern world, and a path to clarity and peace. A lot of people are having issues with mentally because what happened in their lives, period. I just talked to you guys what happened to me when I was little. And if you don't receive Yahuwah, if you don't um, if you don't if you don't receive it with your whole heart, you're not going to be able to let those things go. And you really have to believe in Him to be able to do this. We're going to have the spiritual pillar. We're going to have Brother Jay going to all the deep dive into spiritual truths, where the journey of faith from belief to transformation. That's why it's so important, all these pillars, and the spiritual renewal and the pursuit of your purpose. We're going to have the financial pillar with Mr. Dan Pillar, and he's going to be talking all the alignment finances with the spiritual values, abundance in alignment, Yahuwah's principle for financial well-being, and financial renewal from scarcity to prosperity. And on the emotional pillar, you're going to have Sister Lina, myself, emotional resilience, Yahuwah guidance in time of turmoil, healing emotional wounds, and embracing joy. So these are the pillars that we're going to be working in some of
Now,
the
Lena, I
top.
want to talk about before you glance over the emotional
Absolutely.
pillar, and I'll be supporting in all the pillars too.
Absolutely.
I've been training for all these years.
Yes.
We did social media events. We were on Clubhouse, for example, and we had some retreats that were one was 24 hours straight.
Yeah. No
Another one was
breaks like today.
no breaks, got to be on the point. Another one was 72 hours, 3 days in a row,
Yes.
nonstop. Maybe you take a 10-minute nap when somebody comes in, but we decided to do these different retreats. And these particular retreats were dealing with like women's abuse
Yes.
because Lena had, because of what she's been through, what she's had to be restored from. Now, how many people you think came in and listened to those recordings over those, say, 4 days? Did y'all ever do the numbers? I thought it was pretty high.
We did the numbers. I really can't remember, but I know it was over 5,000 people.
Okay. Over 5,000 different people coming through those rooms. Okay.
Yes, it
Listening.
was one room, 72 hours straight.
Okay. Now, I'm going to go back and no, I think it was much higher than that, by the way. So,
Yeah, it was what, 2 years ago, I
yeah,
believe.
but I'm telling you, I'm thinking it was much. I'm thinking it was like way higher. But this is saying low. I'm telling y'all that they did. Lena headed up one women's event, and this is women's abuse. It was 24 straight hours. We got women. You know who we should bring in too, Lena? Put Tanisha down. She's going to speak. As a matter of fact, it's a guarantee. She loves the name of Yahuwah. She's one of our. She's an incredible, incredible mind and coach. We're gonna bring her in because Tanisha was one of the people on standby. We had multiple experts that were mental and emotional experts on standby. This was so emotional. I'm telling y'all, this is so emotional. Hey, listen, I had to write a book. I don't know if people seen this, Lena. I never showed this in Promote the Truth.
I don't think you have.
I'm gonna show y'all a copy of this book I wrote. It went number one bestseller, and we're getting ready to redo it because we're moving to our publishing company from the old. So you can't even get it now, I don't think, until we redo it. But this book right here, yeah, I wrote this book, The Power of a Woman from the Perspective of Real Men. It's from the perspective of real men. All right, now look who wrote the foreword. See if anybody knows his name. Les Brown. Les Brown, one of the foremost high level motivational speakers in the world. You know Tony Robbins, you got to know Les Brown. He's a personal friend of mine. He wrote the foreword in this book for me. He'll write another foreword when I write another book. All right, now watch. I had to write books like this because I look back at my time and my grandmother and what she went through. And I kept seeing it. And then I went and did this deep research, and there's approximately 137 women murdered every day by a close friend or family member that are murdered, like killed every day. And it just shocked me. And so I felt, I said, I got to teach real men how to be real men. And then we can raise up real women to be real women. And we can get rid of all this fear. And if you read this book, you see me blended in to where You see the word of Yahuwah being established through this book. But I'm doing it in the secular world. See, I'm out there in the world. I got all kind of techniques to get Yahuwah in. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. What I witnessed, I can't get over. Lena, what y'all did in that 24 hours, I can't get over what you did in that 24 hours. And I think somewhere we might have a recording of it, Lena. I mean, it was, but literally, Lena, Lena and the team she put together, they were having women extracted out of abusive relationships. Saying, I'm talking about where the men were going to kill these women and were getting rescued during this 24-hour period.
Yes.
So, Lena, you're very well acute at this emotional and how to help people get reestablished. And we've been doing it hardcore now for about 3. It's like Yahuwah been training us for this to bring it to his kingdom. What you got to say about that?
I just have to say that this 24 hours and 72 hours was an incredible time where we was able to bring the space for a lot of women to really heal those wounds, because a lot of times those that have been abused, we kept everything inside because we feel guilty, because we really haven't received um, that restoration. Even though we received Yahuwah, there's a lot of memories, a lot of things. But when you understand the true name of Yahuwah and why you've been calling for, then you know that you cannot look back. You know that once you get restored, you have to keep walking as like nothing happened. And what happened needs to be used just to keep encouraging others and not to bring pain to yourself or to anybody else. And a lot of these things that have happened to women have shaped them to a certain character, which goes against Yahuwah's commandments. Because as women, Yahuwah have commanded us to be submissive wives. And when we go through all these moments in life and difficulties and challenges, it shapes us to be rude, to be that women don't want them to be managed or get any in instructions. And that's things that Yahuwah have us commanded us to be listening to our husbands. And it's important not only to teach women on being submissive, but what really is submission is. Because when you have been abused, you think submission is being abused. But the world have been used that against women. So once the woman understands that being submissive in love and in Yahuwah, because you submit to your husband if he is a Yahuwah follower. If
Say
he
that
is
one more time. You do what?
you only submit to your husband if he is a Yahuwah follower.
So if that man's not following Yahuwah, you ain't got to submit to him, ladies.
Yes,
That's a breakthrough right there. That's freedom.
yes. So it's understanding on how to submit to your husband. What is that submission? Nobody needs to hit you, to treat you bad, to take you down. They need to empower you on that submission. And it's how a husband it walks to his wife to being a submissive wife, to be a leader of the house, to be a provider, that's what Yahuwah commanded the man to do, and how to treat her with love through that submission. So all these things was taught in these retreats, in this 24-hour event and in the 72-hour event. And we was able to get women out of actual abuse. There was a woman that was being retained in a hotel, and she was listening to this, and we was able to send someone to get her out of there. So it was an amazing, and I know that there's a lot of work to do out there, and that's why it's so important for all of us to spread the name of Yahuwah. Because once the name is learned, then the steps coming, how to live into Yahuwah's word. Like, wife, if your husband is a Yahuwah, you're not the head of the house. But like you right now are seeing an example. Jay and I work together on all our businesses, and you see us working together to promote the truth. He is the head of our house. I help him with everything he needs. A lot of times he come and say, "Baby, what do you think about this?" It's not that I have to be close my mouth, cannot give an opinion or anything. It's that respect that you give to your husband. So I think that's something that needs to be taught in the world, especially in the word of Yahuwah, and the way women have gone through is so many centuries of abuse to women that we
Yep.
have been grow in a shape I don't need a man, and that's not what Yahuwah commanded us to do. So that's part of what we're doing in this retreat and in that emotional pillar that we're going to teach, and I'm just excited for this event. So you will see this website. We're going to send an email letting you know when this website is going to be up with all the information, all the topics, the description. You're going to see the dates, the times. That way you can organize your calendar if you need to get days off or whatever, to be there in front of that screen and learn everything, because this is not going to be alive. It's not going to be recorded for you to watch it later. You have to be right there, just as like if you had a retreat going into space, you're going to be right there in a room with us in on a Zoom. So mark your calendars. Is going to be March 16 and 17 from 10
So
a.m.
March
to 5
16th
p.m.
and 17th.
Yep,
A
March
couple weeks
16 and
before we
17.
get done with when we're slated to be finishing up the first part of the campaign, March 16th and 17th. Is that a Saturday and Sunday, Lena?
It's a Saturday and Sunday, correct? It's gonna
Okay.
be, I believe, the weekend before Passover.
Y'all got that? So about a weekend before Bashurah. Y'all gotta understand this is important. That everybody gotta roll their sleeves up. Gotta roll our sleeves up. And we gotta put that work in. We gotta put that work in for the kingdom of Yahuwah. And the work I'm talking about is making great decisions, doing the right things. So this we're gonna release this. It's gonna be $249. If you are silver package qualified, you pay nothing. You not only do you pay nothing, you get VIP access. Whoever's there is there. You know, if you want it, if you want to learn the real stuff in this world, you'll get there. If you don't, we understand. And all I know is people are paying for all kind of stuff, but we're gonna put the proper value on things so people understand how to sow properly into the kingdom, how we can spread this word, be great stewards, and be able to go out and impact these orphans. See, we know what to do with money in this case. We know how to go help the orphans. We know how to go help the widows and the battered women and children. We know what to do. We ain't got to guess at all. We know exactly what to do. But we got to have the people that are his sheep come forward. So if you're part of that and you want to continue to help us grow this, get over to tsnt.org. So we're wrapping up right now
Yes.
with our final. Then we're going to do another one of these telethons next Sunday, right? Lena, we got one coming back next Sunday, same time,
Yes.
10, 2, and 6. Next Sunday, we're going to do a second telethon because we're creating the awareness of the spread. And if you go over to tsnt.org, you'll see where Lena was working with the team to make sure they had something that reflected how does it spread. They picked the dandelion, and then you can see different parts of the dandelion
Seeds.
coming off, and it's
The
going to go out and
seeds.
plant. It's going to blow everywhere. Those seeds are going to go everywhere and spread. So, are you in?
You in? That's the question. That's the question. And like I said, the website is going to be up next week. And well, this upcoming week, the website is going to be there. You're going to be able to get your ticket. 249 is going to be. So make sure you write right here in this chat, are you going to be on this retreat, and we're going to change those lives. We have to change yours, and you need to start changing other people's lives.
Are y'all going to be at the retreat? Drop it in the chat if you plan on being at the retreat. Let the world know. Show them your witness. If you 144, we know you're going to be there. You know, you probably already passed silver anyway because y'all understand the assignment. You know, it's like, Yahuwah, give me seed to sow. Let me tell y'all how to talk to Yahuwah when it comes time to sow and it comes time to go into what Brother Daniel taught y'all earlier. He told y'all in Dabarim, chapter 8, verse 18. It's Yahuwah that gives you the power to get wealth. The key word is empower. Power is where you can do something. You got strength. Power begins, you begin to exercise your mind, ideas you never even thought about before. Power. Do you have the power? That's what you need more than anything. You need the power. That's what's going to give you the ability to make things happen. Right? But who gives you that power? Yahuwah. So you got to go talk to him. Everybody tonight got to go talk to Yahuwah today, wherever you're at. Because now we got our Asian team waking up again. We done been so long that they done went to bed. Now y'all waking up. Good morning to our Asian family. Right?
Yes, I saw Elmer there.
Hey, that's what I love. They're waking up now, right? So I think Elmer right now, it's 9 something in the morning. And so he came and joined us and went to bed. And all of a sudden he's going back to sleep. Listen to me. Listen. Yahuwah will give you the power to get wealth. But you got to go talk to him and say, Father, give me the seed to sow. Now let me tell you how Yahuwah is going to work with you. He done this with me multiple times. He's helped me build, rebuild. You know, I'm hard-headed here and there over the years. Who knew? My daddy, who came in, he didn't teach me what to do, right? He admitted. My mama sure didn't teach me what to do. My grandparents didn't teach me what to do. They didn't teach me what to do. And I don't beat them up about it. I don't go, well, yeah, I didn't do it. I'm respectful. I honor them even though. I show them honor. I don't listen to them teaching me spiritual stuff because they didn't bring me to Yahuwah. So now I'm teaching them and they're respecting it while I respect them in that position. So listen, go to Yahuwah and say, give me seed to sow. Yahuwah's going to come back to you and say, what do you have in your hand? What is it that you got now? Do you have anything to sow? Some people go, I ain't got nothing to sow. Yes, you do. You got a way to sow. Even the person out on the streets got $1 or $2. They out there making it happen every day. You'd be amazed what Yahuwah will do if you decide, because Yahuwah is waiting for you to sow. That's why he said you're going to reap what you sow. Most people want to sow, they want to reap, then sow. He ain't going to do it that way. You'll be spending your whole life waiting for that.
Yes.
Go ahead and sow something. Go to tsnt.org because you don't have to guess with this. You know why I love what we're doing to promote the truth, Lena? Right?
Right.
Nobody has to guess, is that going to go for the word of promoting more Yahuwah? Nobody.
Yes.
You go on back to 2007. I've been doing this a long time, and then all of a sudden Yahuwah sent me a helpmate 5 years later in Lena. I found him in 2007. 5 years later, he sends me the real helpmate and my wife Lena, and we've been running ever since. And we know before y'all got here. That's why I believe Yahuwah said he didn't even have it on my heart to even make it available with people. Do y'all know how many people said, do you have a membership? Do you have some swag items, some merchandise? Lady, you saw the emails. Do you
Yeah.
have a membership? Do you have something we can be a part of? Can we gift into? Can we send our tithes in? I got emails, man. We got messages where people are asking us, and we were not responding to them about any of this stuff. So nobody can come to us and say, this is all about money. So there's people literally, like we're out here doing the project now. They go, you can't be selling the word. Like, what you talking about? So we're not selling no word. We're talking about contributing to the project to advance the mission. It ain't going to get done for free. You can't get your quote pagan Bible. That ain't free.
Yeah,
What
go
the
to
heck
the
you talking
library
about?
and
Isn't
came
that
out with a
nonsense,
free
Lena?
one.
Huh, babe?
I say go to the library and try to come out with one new one out of there to see if they're not going to charge you.
Yeah, they're gonna give like people act like they got their buy. You don't sell the word freely you have been freely. What is it? Freely you have been you receive, freely you give. They misquote. That ain't got nothing to do with you building kingdom business. That has to do with you getting eternal life. You receive eternal life for free. Kingdom business, we know it requires finances because Yahushua was sitting there monitoring the what? The treasury.
Yes.
Huh? Look what Holly said. How much money they pay for that demonic King James version? Is there any King James version that is free? People don't get this. Is there any? Is there even one of them that is for free? Did the United Bible Society give any of them for free? No, they didn't. They might say they did, but they're doing it out of their profits. Y'all got to understand how to think right. Right? So we handling kingdom business, like Brother Daniel said. We doing kingdom business. It costs money to go get that pagan Bible.
Yes.
Do you know why? Because there's printing cost involved. Do we gotta go to the raws? There's design cost involved. There's ship.
Editing.
You think you're gonna get free? If somebody gives you free shipping, do y'all really think that's free?
No, they put it into you and the price of the
They
product.
build it into the price, man and ladies. It ain't free. We said we do stuff. We go free shipping. We're not gonna charge you any shipping because we've already built it into the price of the product. So we don't have to have you look at shipping cost. We do. I'm telling y'all, everything costs some money. It's just hardly anybody wants to deal with real money talk. They want to act like it's some facade that's out there and, oh man, let's just go hold hands and let's just go sing Kumbaya and just hope Yahuwah drops down and rains on us without us doing work. But we hear him send the emissaries that said, faith without works is dead. You can say, I love me some Yahuwah and the word. And if you don't do some works in, it's dead. And the works requires funding. We got to advertise. We got to go ahead. We got to pay for all kind of SEO. We got to pay for hosting. We got to pay for domain. We got to pay
Yeah.
this right now. What y'all think? This is free? We're doing simultaneous streaming to multiple platforms at one time. We got all this technology that I can go over here and click watch. You see where it says on the screen, contribute now at tsnt.org. Y'all see that? Watch.
Yeah.
Watch. I can go in here and I can click multiple things at any time. And I can say, boom, change it. Watch this. Watch how easy this is. See that scrolling at the bottom, Lena?
Yes.
New Scriptures, Real Testament Telethon. Please contribute to. That's all technology. Y'all think somebody just gave that technology to us?
No.
Is that pretty cool? Yes. Guess what? That cool costs some money. That's how cool it is.
Yeah, the websites, everything. The website, the designers, everything. So you all know that you go to Walmart, you go to a store, you can just grab something and come out with, with it without paying for. Even the internet that we're using right now to be able to stream. So everything have a cost, and for many years, nothing have been asked for. But we know that this project needs to be expedited. We was gonna do this project anyways without asking for anything, but we knew it was going to take longer time
All right.
because we had to keep managing the other businesses too. So the
My
decision
hey, you
was
know what? My dad in the other room's witnessing it. He said, I said, it's gonna take us 2, 3, 4 years to get this whole thing out.
yes, yeah,
We
but
wasn't
it,
gonna say nothing to nobody about nothing. We just take our time,
yeah,
piece by piece. Is that what y'all
little,
want?
yeah, little here, little there, every now and then. Like just brother Jay being available for every single day that he was doing the lives. That's like when he get hired as a coach, people have paid him over $3,000 an hour. So what he just taking him out of his regular work is a blessing to have him available to doing pretty much he's doing all day. I would think 90% of his time is given to promote the truth right now. So
And Amber
what
House, no,
here
look,
is real. We
we
need
got and
something
we
real.
got a company. We got a company recently. They paid me $20,000 a month just for a year. Gave me a year contract, 20,000 a month, just to consult with them on a daily, like give us ideas for marketing and expansion. Now they were doing $150 billion a year, but for them, they said, how much would it take for us to get your time? I said, it costs this. So whenever we say no, stop, go take the world that's pulling you. The world's always pulled at me and said, come over here. We'll give you They wanted to give me tens of millions of dollars to go into the world. I promise y'all. Satan wanted to give me tens of millions of dollars if I would take my talents for that kingdom. But I said, no, I don't care. And I've been attacked. They've stole all kind of money from me, in my opinion. I've had systems just steal, take everything I got and try to dissuade me from loving Yahuwah, try to
Yeah.
dissuade me from calling on his name, from preaching his name. And I just decided, no, I'm going to turn it up. You attack me, I'm going to go harder. I don't
Yeah.
care if it costs me everything. I don't care. Now I'm going to end with this. How come this retreat is so important? I'm going to end with this. Because I haven't told nobody and promote the truth this story ever that I can remember. I don't think I've ever told it. Thank you, Daniel. Kingdom business again. He ain't playing. He came in with another 20. Daniel says, hey, I'm just going to do kingdom business. Listen, me and my dad just talked about this other night because he remembers. 1992. And I just did a post if you go to my Facebook page, you can see all the people commenting. So if you just go to facebook.com/J Nolan, I'm just telling y'all, I got a social media life that's kind of crazy too. It's out there, right? It's all kind of people. I got a couple 100,000 people follow me on Instagram. I don't even hardly post a lot. It's weird, right? So I go post a picture of me back in 1992 with a gentleman by the name of Jay Gaynor. Jay Gaynor was one of my close friends when he played with the Padres organization. We were in the minor leagues. You got to work through the minor leagues, get to the major leagues. Usually takes you about 3 to 5 years to get there. It's hard. So we win back-to-back championships, 1991, 1992 in the minor leagues. Jay was he was the home run champion. I was the stolen base champion. So because he had so much power hitting balls and I stole so many bases, I was so fast, they named us Thunder and Lightning. And they put us on this big poster. And so you can see this poster. Y'all can go over to my Facebook channel. Y'all can see it. I found it's a collector's item. A lot of people they even selling it now out there. So we got this poster. I put it up and I talked about what happened at that time. And all these people commenting on it. They just commenting on it. Now I'm telling y'all that I came out of that season and with all those accolades, and they wanted to give us the world. It was crazy. I had Nike, Reebok, Wilson, Rawlings, you name all the big names companies offering me deals to sign with them after that season. All of them. And so, no, it was Jay Gaynor, not Buhner, Daniel. Gaynor. So Jay happens to be one of 31 players in the history of professional Major League Baseball that his first at bat, first pitch for the Colorado Rockies, he hit it for a home run. There's only been 31 players out of the thousands been in the Major Leagues ever done that. So Jay gets traded the next year and goes in 1993. He went to the Colorado Rockies. I quit baseball after I just won my second stolen base championship. Here we go to Major Leagues. I quit. And nobody could understand why. I became an ordained Baptist minister in the fall of 1992 because I wanted to know why I was really here. Now, what happened was I was in a bad relationship with some woman that didn't care 2 cents about me, really. And Satan was using her to drive me in the ground. So I was almost losing my mind because I didn't know how to have a relationship. Nobody taught me. And so I said, how can I fill up this hole? So I said, I'll go preach. And my grandparents were freaking out. My dad, he'll tell you, he was like, what is going on? My mom, my sister, my brother, my cousins, my aunts, my uncles, everybody was freaking out because I was the first professional athlete to come out of 2 hometowns. I had 2 hometowns, one in Kentucky, and my dad, when he divorced my mom, he went to Florida. So I graduated high school in Florida. So now I got 2 newspapers following me through my career. And I'm the first professional athlete out of 2 small towns. And so everybody thinks I'm their great hope to make it to the major leagues. And I quit. And I go to preach. Do y'all think they were rooting me on? Like, way to go. No. But I found out that religion, the Baptist religion, it was garbage. And I found out that the Methodist and the Catholic and the Seventh-day Adventist and every other denomination, I started finding out it was all fake. It was all trash. They only acted like, and that's worse to me, they acted like they wanted to have the truth. That's why I don't have, y'all hear me call them trash, no good, foul, going in the pit. That's where it's going. So I got so frustrated, I decided to come back. So I quit for the entire night. You won't see my records. You'll see 89 to 92. No 93 records on me because that's me quitting. I quit. And then 94, you see me 94, 95. Because I signed with the Rockies because my good friend Jay went to the Rockies. The Padres wanted me to come back to them. They were going to bring me back because at the end of the season, when I decided to go back, and they said, please come back. We're going to have you just do a little bit in AAA and we'll bring you right up to the major leagues. And I said, no, I want to change of environment. So this is important for y'all to know what I'm about to tell y'all because I haven't told everybody all this and promote the truth. Me and my dad had this talk the other night. It was very emotional because you got to think he raised me to be a Major League Baseball player. My dad intentionally raised me to be a Major League Baseball player. He was very intentional about it. And he was good at what he was doing and teaching me. And I had to go in for the first time. I'm 55 years old. I had to explain to my dad the other night. You know what really went down then, and you understand why I didn't go and what happened? And he was like, no, I don't, I've never, I've always scratched my head. I said, here's what happened. And then I said, do you remember when I called you up and said I was in Kentucky? I decided I'm going to go back and play, but I was going to sit out the entire year because if you sit out the entire year, you become a free agent. Otherwise, that team holds your rights and you have to go back and play with them. So I said, I'm not going back. And it wasn't that the Padres did anything wrong to me. I just didn't want to go back there. I want a different environment. So I called my good friend Jay. He said, I love the Rockies, man. He goes, I hit my first pitch out as a home run. These fans is great. I said, go talk to them, Jay, and tell them that I'm interested in going there. They need to call my agent because I called my agent up my agent was in Beverly Hills, a lady named Michelle. Man, they called that fast because you can't hardly get a base stealer in my category on your team. It's almost never, Lena. It's almost never. It's like a miracle fell into their lap. So they called, negotiated. I said, I want this much money. And they gave it to me. And I signed with the Rockies. And they said, well, we don't know. You took a year off. We don't know what you can do. We're going to start you down here in AA. And I went and killed them the first month in AA. Moved me up to AAA right away. I killed them. I was going up to the major leagues. And then if y'all know this, any of y'all baseball fans, go look at my numbers. If you can find my numbers on August the 12th, 1994, you'll see I was hitting close to 400 in AAA. So on September the 1st, I was going to make my first major league appearance. Don Baylor came down and said, hey, we're bringing you up. The baseball strike hit. Now, I don't know what it is. I said, Daddy, now I'm looking back on this, Dad. I said, I think Yahuwah was not going to he wasn't going to let me go in that world. I think everybody can say what they want. Everybody has their own feelings.
Yeah.
Lena, I'm
Yahuwah
saying,
had other plans.
I think he shut down everything to stop me from going in that world. Because it's the only time a baseball strike has happened and there's been no World Series. They had no World Series. I'm thinking they're going to get this solved in a few weeks. No problem. Go up. Are y'all, as my Yahuwah family, feeling your brother tonight? What would y'all think? It's never happened before.
No.
That a World Series would not happen. It hadn't happened before. It hadn't happened since. It only happened when I was getting ready to go to the major leagues and go into that big life.
Yeah.
That's the only time it's ever happened.
Then that's crazy. He have shown like the way he have shown like living with you in our life, how everything happened. There
Do
is
you see
so
crazy stuff sometimes, Lena? Like you can't even describe being with
yes,
me?
like even pandemic. I believe pandemic, the first time in the world a world pandemic happened like that is when Yahuwah is telling us get focused on my word and spread it out. The only way for us to get into the straight on let's go 100% into like pushing promoted to the way we started, it was because pandemic, because we was all in the house, things have to get shut down and all those things. He made I believe it was like there, he's making so um like you don't have other option, he's not giving you no other options. It's like this is the way I'm
Like
giving you.
literally, y'all don't understand. Lena and I have big, big, big business, multi-million-dollar business, helping a lot of people, and Promote the Truth was just doing his thing, but nobody knew us. Nobody knew
Yes.
who me or Lena was, right? Nobody knew us. And it's just steady going along. And we had a little system going where the word would keep getting out there. We use technology. And I believe Yahuwah said, all right, I'm gonna let hardcore stuff come against you that's unfair, but it's gonna push you to make a big decision about me. This is where y'all are at. All y'all listening to us, all of y'all are in that position where Yahuwah's cornering you, saying, you better make a big move for me because I sent you a brother and sister to warn you that if you don't go all out for me when I give you my truth, if you hold back in any corner, I'll go ahead and I'll hold you out and make them come against you to make you go against me or all for me. Y'all follow me or no?
Yeah.
So when Lena and I, we went through all kind. I'm telling y'all, man. But let me back up, Lena. I don't want to get distracted. I got to finish this. So I go back and I play and I sign with the Rockies, but the strike's still going on. So it's 93. So I moved back to Florida with my dad. And I said, Dad, he goes, yeah. And I worked out and just took my time. And my dad had a little cleaning business. And he was paying me $70 a week. We were cracking up about this. He was paying me $70 a week just to be able to get me a little gas money, a little sandwich or something. And I'm I'm holding on. Now, one of my best friends in high school was a guy named Jerry. When I first moved to Florida when I was 16, when my mom and dad had divorced at 9, and then I finally went to live with my dad in Florida. There was only 4 black families in that town that my dad lived in. And so it was very uncomfortable for me because I was very diverse in Kentucky with a mixture of people. So I go into this school and there's only 4 black families in the whole town. So it's almost everybody white. So I go into the school and this guy says, hey man, he come up and he befriended me. His name was Jerry. He became one of my close friends. And me and Jerry got like that. And he made me feel like a brother. And he took great care of me. And then I ended up becoming a great athlete there and doing my thing and da 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 da. Well, after I went on to college and to play pro ball, when I came back to Florida, of course, Jerry had finished when graduated from Florida State, got his master's degree. He was the assistant football coach at the high school there. So now we're hanging out, having a good time. We're like, buddy, I'm working out, man. Good to be back together. And then one night, I can remember one night, I was so sad, I was going to kill myself. And I was for real. And we had went out, had a good time, me and some of my friends. And Jerry always went with us. But this one night, Jerry didn't go out with us. He goes, no, I'm going to hang back. I'm tired. We try to get him. No. And when I got back that night, Jerry had left and went home, and he was supposed to be over at his friend's house where I was staying at. And I was going to kill myself that night. And I had one of my good friends, Bobby, talk me out of it. He goes, no, man, no. Y'all don't know how deep this is. I pulled a 9mm out, and I was going to shoot myself right through the brain in the rain. And Bobby talked me out of it. And he talked me out of it in a weird way. I was about to pull the trigger, and he said, hey, man, come on. Can't we just go to bed? Then it was the weirdest thing, man. I mean, you're about to kill yourself. And somebody says, can't we just go to sleep? Can't we just go to sleep, go to bed? And I thought that was so like, what would you say that right now? Because he was standing over there, and we're in the rain. I'm about to do it. And I uncocked the trigger, and I put it down. And I went on in the house, and we went to sleep. And I woke up the next morning, and I went to go work out at the high school, like I normally do, my old high school. And as I was about 30 minutes into it, I look up and I can see my old high school coach coming down, and he's waving me to the fence. And I go over, and I go, hey, what's up, coach? And he says to me, hey, Jerry killed himself this morning.
Wow.
I can still remember that like it was yesterday. That morning, what I was going to do the night before, and Jerry didn't go out with us, he did it that morning. I can still remember that, Lena. I've talked to you about this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, why is this important? Why is this important to the kingdom of Yahuwah now? Well, that cleaning business my daddy had. I remember after we were either about to have the funeral or shortly after, I went and cleaned this HR building, and I would go, it was late night, about 11 o'clock at night. It's about 100 and some offices I'm vacuuming. I open up this door. I'm about an hour into it. Take me about 2 hours to do it. I'm about an hour into it. I'm vacuuming. I open up this door. And on the floor, there's a newspaper. Family, I promise y'all that this right here is something that I never am going to forget. It happened this way. There was a newspaper on the floor. I'm about to vacuum. I looked at this newspaper, and it was turned to the obituary column. And there's a picture of one of my best friends, Jerry. And I looked at that newspaper, and I was stunned. Sitting in, it was in this big old building by myself, and I'm in there with my friend who loved me the way he loved me. He gone. And I was feeling the way I was already feeling. And family, I looked at that picture, and I've told Lena this before. I looked at that picture after about a minute and I said, Jerry, I ain't going out like that. If I'm going out, I'm going all out. If I'm going out, I'm going all out. And since my 1993, I've been doing what I said. I've been going all out. I've been doing everything I can to find something that I can hold on to. Y'all do whatever y'all want to do. Whatever y'all want to do, just listen to me. Y'all do whatever y'all want to do. But I finally, in 2007, after going through hell and high water, you can't imagine. And I've been going all out. I went through so many different states of not caring, doing this, doing that. And finally, I took 2004 to 2007 and I studied 6 to 10 hours a day, all out. Because I said to my friend Jerry, if I'm going out, I'm going all out. And I'm telling you right now, you can think whatever you want to think. You can feel however you want to feel. But when I found the name of Yahuwah, I grabbed onto that name and I held onto that name. Now, did I do everything the right way in the right manner? I don't know. I don't believe I did. I don't believe I did everything in the right way. Because I was learning. He was teaching me. That's why we learned the word today. Have compassion. Somebody gives 30%. Somebody gives 60%. Somebody gives 100%. We got to work through it. But I held on to his name. So even though I've had a little strength, I held on to his name. And there have been a lot of people around this world, because I held on to his name, that found the name of Yahuwah. And that's a fact.
Yes.
That's a fact. Many of you know the name of Yahuwah because I held on and didn't let Satan take me out and fool me. Many of you, most of you know the name of Yahuwah because of that. Most of you, because of one person. Now I'm telling you this story because many of you are understanding in your heart where I'm coming from, and you are that person that's going to impact many. So you can't go out. You're not allowed to go out in the name of Yahuwah like I wasn't allowed to go out. Embrace your all out tonight, today, wherever you're at. Will you do it one time? Will you not look to the left? And I'm telling you, you ain't got to wonder. Satan hates me. He's been trying to kill me from the gate. From the time I was a little boy, when my mom and dad didn't know how to have a relationship, he was trying to kill me. My dad even admitted it. He'll tell you one day. I'll bring him on. He gonna tell you. Now I see how Satan wanted to kill you because you was given a gift. Your mother, what she's done, it's trying to kill you. Satan working to try to kill you, try to disturb you, try to get you depressed. Governments, business relationships, corporation. I'm telling you, y'all don't have no idea how much on the front line. If you call me your brother, you don't know how much. You don't have no idea how much on the front line I've been.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, there's been times my whole spirit cried. Yet, for some reason, I have not denied his name. And I stand on that. I'm standing on Yahuwah's name. That's it. I don't understand everything, but I'm being given everything. Because I'm standing on his name. I ain't got to have nothing else but his name, and I got everything, is what I feel in my soul. Y'all going to have to make a decision tonight or today. So that's it, Lena. That's what I had. I had to get that out of me because I told you this story when we met.
Yeah.
I said, if you're gonna be with me, I did not tell you. I said you are going to go through some of the greatest experience, but you're gonna go through a lot of persecution because I'm telling you, Satan hates me for some reason, and
Because
I
we
know he
carry
does.
his name. We carry Yahuwah's name.
So why did you decide to hook your wagon up? Because you've been through hell with me all of a sudden.
Because I'm following Yahuwah. I don't care what happened. I don't care what's going on down. I don't care what people said. People have said lies about me. People have said lies about our family. But in my heart, in my soul, and Yahuwah knows what's the truth. And the government and all those other people, they can say whatever they want. People actually calling on Yahuwah name, on Yahuwah's name, talking lies about us. And you know what? Our hearts and Yahuwah, we know the truth.
Fact.
And he's the only one. He's the only one that we care about. And we're gonna keep going because Yahuwah have called us, and they can suppress us. They can do anything they want, but nothing can touch us if Yahuwah don't allow it. We have been through the craziness, but Yahuwah have blessed us in the middle of those
And
times.
it's funny, Linda, because we said, look, what you want to know? We open book.
Yeah,
And you can see whatever you want to know. All these people talk crazy. We're like, what are you talking about?
yeah,
Nobody won't come and know. The people that hate you, they don't want to come and know the truth. They don't want to examine it. They don't want to. We've been in courtrooms, been sued. The truth is crystal clear. No witnesses for the other side show up. No, y'all wrong.
yeah. The facts are the facts, and look, Yahuwah is coming back, and he
He's
is the
coming
one that
back.
matters. That's
Now
it.
who are coming
He's
back?
the only one that's gonna be able to judge us, and the only judgment that matter. So anybody can say whatever they want, but we know that all these people that is learning about Yahuwah, all the teachings that we have been able to pour out, all the
Yeah.
time that we put into Yahuwah's name, and the love that we're receiving from a lot of people around the world, not just Yahuans, but other people around the world, is amazing. And we know that
Later,
our
tell the truth.
hearts have been there.
Tell the truth. They try to break our soul. And what happened? Yahuwah sent an army to us.
1,000 people, over 1,000 people to protect us.
1,000 people protect us, surrounded us. And no, we
Yeah,
know who they are. We don't, and they don't, even, and they don't. Most of them don't follow Yahuwah.
yeah,
Almost every one of them don't follow Yahuwah, and they don't know why they come around to protect us.
yeah. Yahuwah has sent protectors. Yahuwah have put a fist in the middle of an enemies, and that's why we're here. We stay strong, and why I hook my wagon to follow you is because I knew from the beginning. My soul knew who you was. My soul knew that you was carrying the name, even though I didn't know the first time I saw you. But when you wrote that name in that napkin at that restaurant that night here in Colombia, that name, those words in that napkin, call my soul, and I knew I needed to be there. And I'm gonna stay there. I'm gonna stay here, and our family is gonna stay strong and together, and we're gonna keep moving forward with the people that want to come. Who wants to hook that wagon with
Who wants to
us?
hook up the wagon, man? We need 144. Y'all wants to give me 144. So if you want them 144s, I gave y'all one of the rawest stories I could give y'all. Because I got to give it to you in steps. Because my life is deep. It's so deep. It's so deep. I don't need I literally have people right now. This is a fact. Working on documentaries of my life. They saying, Jay, and so I done had like 5 or 6 people. I got connections in Hollywood like y'all wouldn't believe. Some of my close friends. Lena's met them. Don't
Yeah,
they, Lena? They always try to
yeah,
pull me in. I'm like, nope, I ain't going into Hollywood. Nope, not doing it. They want me
yeah,
to act. They want to offer me movie gig. I'm like, nope. I'm
yeah.
standing with Yahuwah. And I'm going to
Active
do it the right
actors,
way. Huh?
active actors right now that a lot of you have seen them in movies,
A lot of
in
them. You see
very
them in
famous
movies.
movies.
They want me come and do it. Like, Jay, come on, man. Want me to manage them? Want me? No. We're gonna do a documentary, and we're gonna put out a movie. Like Mel Gibson think he did a movie, The Passion of the Christ. You wait till you see the movie we gonna put out about Yahuwah. Did y'all hear it here first? In this telethon, we ain't even mentioned that. Every time y'all, because Yahuwah said, go talk to my sheep.
Yeah.
They will hear my voice. They will hear the call for what Daniel Bacote said today. The most least likely ones. They're gonna build the treasury up. They're gonna understand tsnt.org, what it means, what has to
Yes.
happen. They gonna know it. They ain't gonna sit there and question it. They just gonna be like Miss Patricia. She said, I don't know what it is, but I am called to obey. Yahuwah told us. Just start talking. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do my best to do a live every day as much as possible for the next 10 days. You got that, Lena? I'm going to do as best as I can. I'm going to go on another 10. I went on a 30-day run, been sporadic. I'm going to try to hit 10 days in a row. All right. So that means to the 15th, I'm going to try to hit 10 days in a row with lives. And I'm asking Yahuwah to give me power messages so y'all don't miss it. Everybody, gear up. Get into the game for real. Quit playing with Yahuwah. I don't
Yes.
play with Yahuwah. I go all out. I'm just telling y'all straight up. So y'all know what y'all can do. So we need to build up the kingdom. And it comes through tsnt.org or wherever you want to do out there in the streets, you do it for help the widows, help the orphans. But tsnt.org is where his words being established on this earth. Any
Yes.
parting words, Lena?
I want to say thank you to all of you, and I see a lot of comments that you're hooking up. You're going to come with us, and is that you being called? So it's time for you to choose and to start spreading the name, spreading this operation spread, and making an impact. We need you right now. Yahuwah is calling you, and we have to spread this project like yesterday. So we know, reading in all the scriptures, these true scriptures that Brother Jay have showed today and released today, and those that have the access to the digital scriptures, and all those that have heard on the lives, those translations, you see all those messages when people say, where are you reading from? Where are you reading from? It's because they have never seen that way of teaching. They have never seen those words. That's why it's so important. That's why there's an urgency to get that book out. And that's why we need you right now. So make sure you go to tsnt.org. I appreciate every one of you. Stay tuned for the information on the virtual retreat. You going to love it. The information you're gonna get there is going to be so worth it. You're gonna learn about your health. You're gonna learn about homeschooling and how to teach your kids in home. You're gonna learn about how to heal all those wounds that you have from childhood or from anything that happened to you. We know that when we grow up, our parents did their best they could, but we know most of them, for not saying all of them, didn't know about Yahuwah. So somehow or another, we have been hurt, and we have hurt others because we didn't knew the right ways of Yahuwah, because everything has been hiding. So it's time to uncover all the truths and get into Yahuwah's ways. Learn about financial. Yahuwah commands us to be wealth. So what we're doing, having financial issues, well, because the governments have been taught you to keep you in poorness. So that's why you have all those debts. You don't have everything you want. But Yahuwah has told us that everything that we desire from our heart, we're supposed to get it in His name. So let's learn how to get the financial teachings back into our hands and not back into what the government tell us we can make and what we can make. So it's time to keep that operation spread. That's our mission. I'm very excited. I appreciate every one of you. I see Leslie has been learning about us just this past week, just a couple days ago. She learned um, about us. So let's stay in touch with everything. Go watch all the videos. Thank you to Jay, to Daniel, to Amber, to William, to Donna. Emily, we're going to stay in touch because I know there's a lot of things that we can do in Mexico and support you. Ebony and Joe Carden, thank you for all the support. I know we have Elmer, we have Nirop on the other side of the world. We have both of our Roberts in Europe. So just sending a shout out to all of those that have come, contribute, and stay there strong with us. Let's keep moving forward because there's a lot to do. So we love you all, and I'm very proud of what we're doing here. I'm honored to be walking with you, Brother Jay, on this path of Yahuwah, and to be with all these beautiful people in this telethon today.
Alina, I'm so glad that you did what you did today and had the inspiration to have us get this kicked up and go talk to people, and Yahuwah giving us the words Operation Spread, and really for what you do and your heart and being a mother. These mothers are important because you're helping raise our son up in the right way, homeschooling, making sure we control his education in the name of Yahuwah. So listen, it's been a great time here with you today. You've done a wonderful job, babe. I love you, love you, love you. You've done such an awesome job. You feel good about what we did today? You feel good?
Yes, I think it was awesome. I think that just looking at the messages, um, the love, the understanding, the teachings. I see a lot of people are getting the message because it's not just coming here and ask you to support. We're pouring a lot of teachings. Brother Jay has been explaining all the scriptures, and the learning is amazing. So I think we are doing the right thing for Yahuwah and His Word and what He wants us to teach others or out there is out to the world.
We got it, man. Hey, y'all know what to do. tsnt.org, especially if you're here live and listen to the recording. That means Yahuwah's called you. He's gonna
Yes.
call you. You ain't got to wonder. If you're supposed, am I supposed to do something about this? Am I supposed to contribute? Yes. You wouldn't be here if he wasn't calling you. He said, "My sheep hear his voice," and we've already done prayed before you got here. Yahuwah will bring you here, and that's this message. So you're either here as a witness for you, or sadly, could be a witness against you. I don't want that to happen. We want you to be with us in eternity. And there's no sense in you making a crazy decision and doubting the greatness that's within you that Yahuwah has called you to be. You just got to go through the steps. It's not that difficult to follow Yahuwah. It's not. It's not difficult. But you got to stop caring about what everybody else thinks and tap into what Yahuwah thinks, and then he will give you the desires of your heart. So we out of here. TSNT.org. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. And I'll see you back tomorrow with another live. Get ready.
Love y'all.